T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy.
Yeah.
You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Yes, it is Monday, the 27th of September. Monday Night Live Show is back. Welcome to the show, people. Matt, Drifty, Callum. We are Team Kop-Ish. And before we get started, what am I going to ask you guys? You know it by now. Please smash the like button. Matt, Drift, how you guys doing today?
Not too bad, not too bad. I see you coming in looking like Ja Rule, though.
No. you know what's jokes is that before we come on stream,
Man said Ja Rule is in the building.
I switched on my my camera and just started singing Nelly and Kelly Dilemma in it. I'll tell you what it is. I was halfway getting my hair done and it's not finished.
It's murder.
I was halfway getting the hair done, so it's not finished yet. So I couldn't come on stream with it half done because then it would have been an absolute madness for you.
But mum, it suits you. You should just rock it anyway.
No, bro. I actually hate. You know, I hate wearing stuff on my head, hats, do-rags, etc. So
no, I hear that.
It's a lot for me.
Funny you say that. I was actually going to wear my do-rag. My do-rag's actually right here. I was actually going to wear it, but I was like, I can't be bothered this long.
That would have been too much coincidence if you lot had done that.
Wish there
yeah,
for
me.
Blood in my eyes,
shorty, I can see.
I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be. FSG trying to take my money.
My life away. I was just about
Liverpool. Liverpool.
Wish there for me.
Oh,
Trust
boy.
me.
But boys, let's get cracking because today news has broken of a player that we're all fans of, and apparently, as rumors have it, Liverpool have agreed a deal for Bissouma for January. Rumors have it.
I was gonna say, since when?
Rumors.
Me not believe them thing there, Bridget.
I know, but it's a talking topic, so we gotta discuss it.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't even know about the rumors, to be fair. So
yeah, but before I do, I'm gonna read out a couple super chats. So Vitu says, "Where do you see Bissouma cover or competition for Fabinho, which we really don't have, or competition for Naby Jones, etc. higher up the pitch?"
Let me just get the party started real quick as well, Matt. The rumor is only 30 M's.
30 M's for Bissouma.
It makes it even more not possible because here's the thing: if you're a Liverpool fan, you know if it's 80 mil, we can't afford him. But if it's 30 mil, it's a fake rumor because he's worth way more than 30 mil. So you almost don't know. There's no.
I don't know how long he's got left on his contract though.
I
think he had 3 years in the summer, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be 2.5 in January. From what I remember.
Let me check now, guys.
Or could it maybe be 1.5?
Bissouma.
Let me have a look.
Hey, Danny, I know Porto ain't asking for a lot, bro. That's why I'm really annoyed that we didn't even consider him. 25 M's for Diaz.
Sorry, what are you listening to, Matt? Oh, is that? Oh no, that's me. Sorry, I thought you
What?
bought something. I thought you were clicking something. Something is playing through my headphones, but it's me.
No, it's you. Yeah, me, bro. I thought I sabotaged the thing to play some random stuff.
Kopish just said, holla. Everybody's ready to get
It's murder.
dun.
We say Sean Dyche is inspired by Ja Rule in there, man. Yeah.
Trust.
I think he is,
his contract finishes in 2023.
2023.
So he's got less than 2 years.
Oh, so it's a year and a half. Okay. Oh, that makes a bit more sense then.
But I still feel like.
So that means the rumor might be real. What was the super chat again? Sorry, I completely threw my off.
Asking if Bissouma will come in this competition for Fabinho or as a number 8 position. I'm going to get through a couple more super chats first.
Yeah, that's kind of easy.
He's cover for everybody. I'll just answer that. He can play anywhere in midfield. Bissouma can play anywhere.
Versatile.
Khalid says, yes, you lot. If we beat you Sunday, will the memes stop? Maybe. Depends.
What means?
It
depends if we have the capacity.
Yeah, it depends.
Who's this? Who said that?
It was a Man City fan.
Oh, what these memes?
We cannot replace him. We cannot
replace him. We cannot replace him.
Drifty wants to last so bad. Let it out, Drift, man.
Just let it out, bro.
I don't make alone, you lot, man.
Promo says, in regards to Bissouma, African Cup of Nations. Oh, that's a point.
We'll sign him and then he'll be out.
African Cup of Nations.
Kind of mad.
He'll have to do his medical over there and shit.
Just to confirm, I'm not trying to get waves. My hair is way too long for waves. My missus was plaiting my hair, but I only got 3/4 of the way through it before the show, and I couldn't come on here half hair in, half hair out, because that would have been a madness. I'm not going down like that. I'd rather you lot get me with the do-rag on than with my hair half done.
I'm not gonna lie, half done, half not kind of gangster.
No,
if you do it right.
No, it's not how it looks, Drew. How it looks right now. Not how it, because the middle.
You should have just done the Akuma, bro. The Akuma suits you.
No, the middle bit's not done, bro.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's the middle, then it
so it's like an albatross kind of thing going on. Okay, I get it.
It could have been.
Yeah, I'd have been in danger. A-Spec Limited says it ain't funny how the club play their cards close to their chest during transfer windows and leak all kinds of rumors during the season.
In it, man.
I have no rebuttal to that. Jamrock says not 30 mil Drift, it's actually 40 mil. What Bissouma's value is. No, the rumors are.
The rumors, Jamrock, are 30 though. The rumors are 30. I think he's worth about 50 or 60 if you're talking about the quality of the player.
He is, but with only a year and a half left on his contract, 30 is pretty realistic.
Yeah.
I think he'll be closer to 40 though. Like, if I'm being real, I think he'll be closer to 40.
I don't, Matt.
Brighton can't haggle, Matt. That's one thing I'll say. They don't want to lose the player, but they can't lose out on money, so they'll probably take what they can.
But his contract runs out in the summer of 2023. So when it comes down to, I'm guessing, January, what's that, year and a half will be left, right?
Yeah, that's not a long time, They don't really have much room to haggle.
No, but I reckon they're in my opinion, they're in a position to kind of at least get an auction. That's why I kind of feel like if we were the only club, maybe, but I feel like Bissouma being so good, I reckon there's going to be other people interested. That's what.
But we did them a solid, man. We let them have what'd you call it? We let them have Lahm.
We didn't let them, bro. They got him with a free.
I don't even know if that's
no. I've heard that we kind of talked them into going to Brighton.
Yeah, okay. The sources, yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
These sources.
My laundromat connect, them ones.
Nisha says, hey lads, question for you. Would you take Philip Lahm or Joshua Kimmich in this Liverpool team and get Klopp in one of your shows too? Love. If Klopp did a Kop-Ish show, I'd retire straight after that because I cannot get any more peak.
Yeah. That's peak.
Vibes with Klopp. I'm not even gonna lie, it'll be vibes.
But I want the glasses Klopp. That's the Klopp I want as well.
No, bro, I ain't picky, bro. It don't matter if it's glasses or no glasses, fam. It's Klopp, innit? You know, just having Jurgen on the show when he's like,
Jurgen Klopp,
bro, come on, man.
All right, Philip Lahm or Joshua Kimmich?
I think Lahm is a better player, but I think Kimmich is more flexible, which is what I think Klopp would prefer.
Do you think more flexible than Lahm?
I don't know about that because Lahm can play.
Yeah, because I think he's just slightly better at going forward and shooting than Lahm is.
I'm gonna be real.
It's a techie one.
You see, Lahm can play left back, right back, DM, CM. Kimmich can play right back. He played a couple of games at centre back under Pep, but that was just because of emergency reasons. But if needed be, he would just go there because he's a warrior. He can play DM. He can play CM. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sitting on the fence. I think they're just as good as each other, if I'm being genuinely honest. I just think maybe Kimmich is slightly more aggressive. Maybe that might tend to us a bit more so.
I just think Kimmich has got a better shot. I think that's the only thing you could really say that he's better at his shooting.
Yeah, maybe. But would you say
Lahm did?
Lahm was faster. I think Lahm might be faster than Kimmich as well. Lahm a bit more.
Oh, pace! I haven't got a clue who's quicker.
Do you know what it is? Lahm is just slick with it though, with his defending.
Lahm was more intelligent. Lahm was more intelligent. Definitely.
100%.
Kimmich is more aggressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We saw where that got him, though, innit?
Were you saying getting turned inside out like a t-shirt by Mane?
Yeah. Mane was like,
no,
you don't know me.
That's Rafinha.
That was Rafinha. Kimmich didn't play that game.
That wasn't Kimmich, fam.
Kimmich got suspended. He did.
I know, but we got to keep the agenda, innit?
I think I may just go Lahm because of his verse covering right back and left back. That's big for me, and then I know him doing a job in DM is big as well. Like, it might just be.
But would you not think that Kimmich is better at the DM role? Remember, Lahm only did that right at the end of his career. Kimmich is doing it now from the beginning, so I think he's a bit more mastered at it.
But that's why I say I rate Lahm so much, because he did it towards the end of his career when you'd argue his athleticism was losing a little bit.
For argument's sake,
that's what was better though, Cal. I think DM's easier with a lack of athleticism than fullback.
All right, this is
what I mean.
Maybe, yeah.
If you want to leave Trent at right back, I would say you go for Kimmich. Reason being, I still feel like Lahm is still better as right back, but you see Kimmich can do the right back and CDM role at the exact same level, in my opinion. So let's say, for argument's sake, Trent stays at right back. Yeah, when you want to really go for it. And then in midfield, say you want to do a 4-2-3-1, you could just go Kimmich and Fabinho or Kimmich and Thiago. But then when we have games in Europe, as we do, and we want to rotate, we can let Trent sit down, take a rest. You just put Kimmich at right back, and you can still go and do your thing. So I would edge it to Kimmich. Do you know
what you could also do? If you had a 2-1 lead with 10 minutes to go in a Champions League semi-final, you could actually hook Salah and play Kimmich right wing.
Or no, push Trent forward, you mean?
Either way.
Yeah,
but Kimmich, I think Kimmich could play right wing in a defensive way amazingly well. So if you were trying to shut up a shop for the last 5-10 minutes of an important game, you could even do that.
I get your logic. The only reason I'd swap the two between Trent and Kimmich is because if Trent gets on a break, for example, he could start a break higher up. Plus, Kimmich is better.
Kimmich is better defensively.
Yeah. That's
put
true,
Trent in that role.
As you said, bro. Hook Salah, bring on Kimmich. That side is shut down.
Why did we even talk about this? Because it's just, we'd never get kicked. Because I think Kimmich signed a new deal,
Of course he has.
Oh, he ain't leaving Bayern, bro.
No, I'm just thinking though. Him and Goretzka just signed two deals recently. In fact,
yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Oh yeah, Goretzka was always going to stay as well.
Yeah, of course he was. He was never going nowhere.
A-Spec Limited says, do we need to have a convo about Naby and Ox? Of if we look at minutes played, when do we class them as Deadwood? Why the convo? What's your definition of Deadwood? Should I rip off the band-aid with regards to Naby and Ox?
Yeah, do what you want to do, bro.
I'm scared now. Now that Matt said that, bro, I don't know.
What do you mean? I just said do what you want to do. I don't understand. Why is
because do you know what that's like?
There's no
in a black household, you know what you got to do means, bro.
But there's no hidden message.
How many times have all three of us have arguments with our missus, and the missus said, do what you want to do? How does that end?
Bro, I'm just saying, innit? Like,
I think Ox needs to be moved on. I think Naby needs to be moved on.
So I couldn't hear you. Speak up a bit. The people.
My mic went.
saying
Don't
you
worry
a
about
bit-
it. Nah,
bit
it wasn't
static.
important. Nah.
You can turn up. You can turn up the decibels if you want. You
Nah,
know,
but you
I've got
told me
plus
to lock
30.
it. Nah, you told me to lock it at the ting so it stays.
Maybe you should unlock it and then turn it up.
Nah, no point, bro. You know me in technology, bro.
No, do you know what? I can't even. As much as I understand.
All right, I'm gonna throw a
no,
different
no,
scenario
you know
at you.
Yeah, go on.
Bissouma
'cause
comes
that's-
in
Mm.
and we get Cantwell for free. I'm good losing Naby and Knox.
Me
What
too.
Cantwell and Bissouma, or just Cantwell? Did you?
No, Cantwell and Bissouma.
Oh, I was gonna say like what? I'm gonna be honest. They're both on the verge of being Deadwood. I hate to say it. They both. I wouldn't.
Sorry to cut you then, Matt. So what makes a player Deadwood then? Because dare I say it, me and you in the summer would have called Origi Deadwood.
That's true.
Not because we think he's a rubbish player. Not because we think he's a rubbish player, but because of the situation. So
Can I tell you what Deadwood is?
Go on.
I think Deadwood is the wrong thing to call Naby and Ox, because I think Deadwood means that you're just crap and you're not good enough.
Yeah, you can't offer anything.
And you're not good enough. I tell you who Deadwood is.
Adrian
Chambers at Arsenal. That is Deadwood.
Ooh. But let's stick to
not good enough. No, I'm giving you an example of like where just not good enough.
No, but bro, this is why when I say
Deadwood can't contribute. Naby and Ox can contribute if they are fit.
I can and contribute to two different things. Because effectively, any player can contribute, Drift. But it's Naby and Naby and Ox for the last 3 years, you'd arguably say haven't really contributed that much.
They may not have contributed onto the level that they're supposed to, but it's not like especially when Naby plays, in my opinion, he does contribute. And I still feel like Ox does as well. Let's be real. What it is, it's just not consistent. They're not consistent performers. And that's because they get injured. I kind of have to agree with Drift. If we're talking about Deadwood, you see right now, just flat off the bat, I would say Karius is Deadwood because he's still with us and should be gone. Doesn't offer anything. We don't feel safe with Karius in goal. The same thing for Adrian. And dare I say, I'm trying to think maybe another person that we would consider Deadwood. I hate to... People are not going to like me for this one. They're not going to like what I'm about to say. Maybe even Nico, Nico kind of might be Deadwood. Because the reason I say that is because let's say when they're fit, so let's say when these players are fit, do they offer enough where you feel comfortable?
I hear what you're saying.
That's the part where I'm like...
I'm going to ask you a genuine question here.
Yeah, go on.
In the last year and a half, who's had better games? Who's had more good games for Liverpool, Nico or Ox?
Ox, not Nico.
Name me one.
He came on the last day of the season and played quite well and scored a goal.
Did you say last year or just in a Liverpool career?
Last day of the season, Drift. He didn't play. He didn't.
He came on and scored. Remember?
What, against Palace?
Yeah, didn't he get the third goal? Or it was either that game or the game before that. Ox scored right at the end of the season.
We beat them 2-0. That you're thinking of the Burnley game.
Maybe it was the game before that. I remember Ox came on and had a good 20 minutes and scored a goal.
But I
think he only came on for 10 minutes. But just because he scores a goal, we've determined this doesn't mean he had.
I know.
No, he played well. He played well in that time he came on. Though he actually came on and got straight into the game.
About 10 minutes, though.
But bro, I might
it was still a bigger contribution. I think Nico's done in the last.
Well, I think Nico had a really good game against Wolves last season, for example.
So actually, to be fair, Nico had 2 back-to-back good games and then got hooked as soon as Trent was fit.
No, do you know?
So again, I'm not even saying this to shade either one of them. I'm just saying we'd gladly sell Nico and bring in a better player.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, over the last year and a half, dare I say it, Nico's had as many good games as Ox, if not maybe slightly more.
No, not that. I have to be honest.
I'm still sure Ox has had better performances, if I remember.
There's an argument.
No, but let me be real. With Nico, I feel like with Nico, he's had like 2 decent games. We've got, he's not too bad. But let's be real. Even as the fan base, I don't think we kind of feel like whenever Nico plays, we never really feel confident. It's like if he has a very good game, we're like, Nico had a good game today. It's like we're surprised. With Ox, it is kind of 50-50 because Ox can have a good game. You pointed it out to me the other day, Cal, when he's like, look at 1920 when he got 8 goals. And I know that's like, 2 seasons ago now. But you've kind of seen flashes of Ox where he can have the flashes of brilliance. And I think it's maybe we're being a bit harsh because it's different for an attacker. Naby Keita is another one where it's like, well, again, when we won the league and he scored the goal against Chelsea, and then obviously the other day when he scored the left foot. So these guys are capable of brilliance, but I don't know where we can sit there and say, Nico has had a brilliant game or moment of brilliance, and maybe because he's defending. But whenever Nico plays, bro, I have to be honest, I don't think he's rubbish, but I look at him and go, if I'm the opposition, I'm going to target him. I don't think other teams look at Naby and Ox and go, I'm going to target that player.
So, Matt, we're not laughing at you. You're laughing at Troy M, innit?
Yeah.
Troy M did me dirty. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you did. That was a dirty one.
That's what I think.
No, I hear you, Matt. Look, the only reason I asked the question is because there's an argument to actually be had. Whereas if I was to say to you, who's had better games, Nico or bloody... I'm even going to say Firmino, who's not even been very good over the last couple of years. It's an easy argument, isn't it?
Oh, see, where I disagree with that is, I remember this is just my characterization of Deadwood. I think if you've contributed massively to your team prior, but you're just not at that level you used to be, you're still not Deadwood. If you've got legs to your CV at that club, you can be surplus to requirements. You can be, I think maybe it's time to move on. But Deadwood is not the one. Deadwood is when you're just like, what are you here for? Like, you ain't done nothing, you ain't gonna do nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think that's you being too nice though, Drift.
No, I just think Deadwood is a really harsh, you know what I mean? Like a really harsh way to like judge someone.
Let me ask you a question. Out of the three players, out of Nico, Naby Keita, and Ox, who would you say when they play you worry about them the most? When they start a game, who do you worry about the most? Be honest.
Oh, definitely Nico.
And I've said this for a while, and I remember.
But that's because it's a position he plays in, though. Man.
No,
I think
but
it's a harsh comparison.
No, but bro, I have to. I'm gonna keep it real, and the fan base are probably gonna hate me for this, but I have to keep it on 100. When it comes to Nico, for me, I don't think Nico's Liverpool standard. I don't. Me personally, I kind of was saying like, would rather sell Hove, and it goes back to Hove days. Sell Hove to Wolves and keep Nico. Like, there's nothing that I see in Nico that makes me think, no, this guy's gonna be solid. Because you see, when we bought Tsimikas, yeah, and now Tsimikas is starting to see the fruits of what he's able to do. Bro, with Tsimikas, we can see straight away this man can do something. But with Nico, I don't see what he offers. But he's nervous.
I disagree with that though, Matt. Because when he burst on the scene, I think he looked promising.
But Hove has had a better Wolves career so far than Nico's had a Liverpool career.
Yeah, but that's because he's played more.
If you ask
but why is that though? Because the coach has confidence in him.
No, but not if you ask Wolves fans.
Bro, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think Nico showed promise, but I kind of do agree with you, like that after a long time and not having the confidence in the manager, maybe I've got to like submit to the fact that maybe he ain't good enough. But I think he showed a lot of promise when he came through. I had very high hopes for Nico.
For me, when I look at him, I think, Raj, you know what? Yeah, he's not. And people won't like me saying it again. All right, let's just say everyone's fully fit on top of their game. On top of their game right now, yeah. Nico is arguably, no, he's not even arguably. Nico's actually the worst defender we actually have at the club. If everyone's fit and on form,
he is. But all right, we kind of gone on to Nico, but sticking with Ox and Naby.
Yeah.
And A-Spec Hair puts it quite bluntly. Surely not available is worse than not good enough.
That's a valid point.
Dare I say that is the biggest sort of frustration we have with Ox and Naby.
Players.
It's never their talent's not in question.
All right, so I'll tell you what it is.
Their talent has never ever been in question.
No, it's
rarely.
Not. Do you know what it is though? And I think this is getting there in the head. Deep down, we probably all know that Ox and Naby are good players, but really and truly, we should be moving them on, not because of their talent, but because, as you said, they get injured too often. However, the problem is the way how our club is run. We kind of know that we are scared that if we was to sell them, the replacement, we can't even be sure that it's going to be better than the two that we let out because of the business that we've been doing recently has been a little bit iffy. Let's call it what it is.
Would we even replace them?
But here's the thing. We are concerned because we lost a great midfielder in Gini Wijnaldum, and we said, don't worry, we don't need him. We've got Harvey Elliott. And as good as Harvey Elliott is, he's a completely different player to Wijnaldum. Harvey Elliott should be Shaqiri's replacement, not Wijnaldum's. He's still
both.
sitting. Well, we're still sitting there waiting for
and Grujic.
Wijnaldum's replacement.
And Wilson. He's the replacement to every player that left, bro. It was at 5 out and then just him back in from loan. That was it,
This is what I'm saying. It's the panic. It's the thought of, if we sell them, who comes in to replace them? Because let's be real, Drift. Unless you see a Bissouma or an upgrade or someone like that in terms of like they're robust, they're very good at what they're doing, we're all going to be sitting there crying. Like, I'll tell you, all right, let me ask you this now. Let's say we sell Ox right now in the summer and we buy Todd Cantwell. Are you going to be happy with that?
I would be unhappy at the fact that that is the player they think is good enough to replace him with. But if that was the only option you gave me, I think Cantwell is a good player and his availability would probably mean he'd give more contributions to the team than Ox does. So it's like a double-edged sword for me.
Because I think Cantwell is good, but I think we'll be underwhelmed. And it'll be a case of him having to prove to us that he's at that level. Because we are Liverpool. Let's be real. Why is it we have to... I don't want to go back into it because it's kind of...
Let's come back to that, man.
No, but let me just quickly say this, though. We're Liverpool. We're as a team, as a club, we're scared to sell Ox and a Naby because we're not too sure of the replacement we're going to get. But when you can see like a Man United, a Chelsea, and a Man City, if they lose a player of value or high quality, more times than not, they will replace them with a player of high quality. We're not like that. We have to go and get that development player and hope that they come good. And I think that's the worry as a fan base.
Let me just say this before I forget, because it's a minor quick point. If Bissouma's contract runs out in a year and a half, how Liverpool is it if we do get him in January that we did that to knock like 20 mil off his price tag? You know it's deliberate if we do that, right? And that was probably the plan all along.
Only time will tell on that one.
Yeah,
because he would have been 50 in July or August. So if we get him for 30 in January, that is a deliberate ploy, straight up deliberate ploy by the club. They move like ninjas, these man, I swear.
Shout out to Vitu, who's become a member of ours. Thank you very much, Vitu. Jay Finn has said, think about it like sex. Okay. That's where the term came from. Deadwood means you can't get it up. Ox and Naby just don't stay up for long. I'm gonna be real. When you take emotion out of it, Jay Finn's kind of got it spot on.
Yeah.
No comment.
Show me what
no
you
comment.
got.
I got mine.
Boy, when you say it like that,
show me what you got.
Them man, they just can't.
No, for a minute, man.
Yeah.
Do you not remember Kings of Comedy? I got mine.
Bussin' up.
You should have got yours.
This hurts. This actually hurts. I can't even lie, fam. But it's no. But do you know what though? It's kind of true though. But here's the thing though. Again, say you replace them.
Jay Finn, that was a legendary analogy, by the way.
Jeez, from you got big man like Drift telling you about analogies.
That was a superb analogy.
Listen, as long as I can see great replacements or good replacements coming in, then I don't think we worry. But I think that's what it boils down to. Who have we been linked with where you've gone, yeah? Because, bro, I'm gonna be honest, all the players that we kind of want, we just look at them and don't do nothing. We just look at them, don't do nothing.
Come on, we're bare. So, it's quite ironic that Cal's got the do-rag on because it's pure 50-cent window shopper vibes, bro. That's all Liverpool do, bro. We're just window shopping all the time. You know that person who goes online to do online shopping, but they've got no money, but they still do it to themselves and go and look at what's available, put things in their basket. You know that person?
That used to be me in uni still. I was me in uni. I had a lot of full shopping carts and barely made it to checkout still.
Don't know.
Marcus Barnes says, have we forgot Oxlade-Chamberlain has actually been fit since November 2020? He hasn't picked up another injury since.
I don't know, man. I have to check that still.
Hold on. No. That would have meant a whole full year. No. I think he's been injured in that time. I'm sure.
He has. It's not been anything longer than a week or two.
Even at the beginning, didn't he even get an injury in pre-season?
No, well, Well,
sorry, Jamrock's asking a fair question here. What would be wrong with that approach regarding Bissouma that you spoke about, Drift?
Okay, from a business point of view, absolutely nothing. Like absolutely nothing at all. I think it's tremendous business. So don't get me wrong. But I don't like that Liverpool seem to always do what is right business-wise and not right team-wise. Because what if you had a scenario where you ended up out on your feet because you had 4 or 5 injuries in midfield, and then in that time you're waiting to be able to buy him, you drop points because of it. And I think that's where I don't like the putting money over the team. If we're talking about like Jadon Sancho, for example, where it was 150 mil they wanted, and they knew they could get him for 79 mil if they waited a season, I get that. Because that's almost half price, and we're talking about dumb money. 150 mil is stupid money, right? But if you're talking about Bissouma's like 45 mil, and you can get him then, or you wait and pay 30, but like, what's 15 mil?
I know you're laughing.
That's the part where I don't really like it.
Again, Duke, not laughing at you.
No. I was trying to catch up and see which one it was.
Chewed on.
That's the one I was thinking about.
Oh no, let me try and find.
Murder Mook, you know.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, bro.
This is the last time I do a show in the D-Rag. I swear to you, look. All right, so I get where you're coming from, Drift. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I see it both ways. If they were saying £50, if they're saying 50 mil in the summer, if they were saying £50, I'd have bought him.
We still ain't doing it. We still ain't doing it.
If they were saying 50 mil in the summer, but maybe the club looked at it and said, you know what, we can get to January without him, we feel, and still be in the race for League and Champions League. Let's save 20 mil. Let's get him in January, and then let's use the rest of the 20 mil, which we would have spent, and put that towards something else. Then you can understand it. But again, we'll only know once things play out. You
also run the risk of him getting an injury,
or him
being at the other club as well,
or his head being turned. His head could be turned as well.
Yeah, or somebody else, or he signs a new deal, or there are you're always. But what you're doing in that scenario, and again, I'm not saying it's bad. It ain't bad. It's risky. That's what the problem is. It's risky because right now you put the thing in your basket, but you're not in ASOS where they hold it for an hour. You're in TK Maxx where if someone else buys it while it's in your basket, tough shit. It's in your basket, so you think you've got it, but when you go to add payment, it goes, oh, unfortunately, that item is no longer available. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part. It is very risky, very risky. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's the only part about it. But
Saeed said, "If City get harder next summer, it's done for us." I'm praying to God that doesn't happen.
So this is kind of complete off subject. I must have just read something of Pep Guardiola. Yeah, he was talking about PSG. Do you know what he actually said?
No,
his direct quotes were, "With this amount of quality, I don't know how to stop them." I don't even know why I find that so funny, but it's because I thought of the Pep voice.
This guy really likes playing the underdog, innit?
I can imagine this guy. I don't know how to stop them. I just love it.
you know, it's gonna be harder than you know. Harder than you know.
But he really does like playing the underdog.
I need to do some Pep memes, bro.
To be fair, City against PSG, they actually are the underdog.
Oh, it, Drift, bro. What are you doing?
We said, I don't know.
PSG are definitely the favourite.
No,
come
they're
on.
not.
Haaland, Mbappe, and Neymar, Cal. They're the favourite.
Haaland?
I mean, Messi, sorry. They're the favourite.
Messi's injured.
Is he?
Yeah.
No.
Bro, what happened?
No.
Pochettino fucked him up in the changing room.
No. But apparently Messi travelled, didn't it? Messi's waiting.
Messi travelled for psychology, bro.
Yeah, probably.
He'll play.
Probably. I think so.
Jamrock says he wasn't 45 mil. They're asking for 60. Not worth it.
If they were asking for 60, then there's a lot more of an argument to that, for real. If that was officially how much they wanted, then I kind of do get that, I guess. I mean, he's worth it. If he had 4 years left on his deal, I'd pay 60 mil for Bissouma.
Dinesh says, evening, gentlemen. Matt, lucky you not stream out the car. UK hasn't sure.
Well, don't mind, bruv. I wouldn't need the petrol to actually. But safe, big man. I know the UK shortage is mad,
bruv.
Bro,
bruv, this shortage stuff.
I'm gonna be real though. If I was just, I don't even know. This would be a new stream for you lot. I'd actually be no. Obviously, I'd get arrested. But
you could film this stream doing a petrol run.
Yeah,
that's how long you'd be in the queue.
No, it's true.
I was in the queue.
But yeah, no, safe for that big man. But don't worry, the petrol don't need to be.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. We did need to watch Matt getting towed away for just pure quality gold. Beep. Beep. See, Matt, like, what?
You really didn't, because I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't have taken it lightly, still. Especially being on stream. No. Imagine that though, like all of a sudden, man, looking window. Excuse me. Like, you talking to? Can't see man streaming. Like, what's going on? You are not available to park here. You cannot park here. Are you talking?
But to be fair, the man who do all the training up, bruv, they're normally Cockney geezers. You'd have probably like, out of the car, mate.
No, not in my area. Still, not in my area. No.
Mr. Dare I say it, Drift says, I really think we should switch to a 3-4-1-2 with Bissouma, Jude, Salisu, a left-footed young centre-back with pace and is good in the air, Neto and Vlahovic. Mr. Dare I say it, Drift, if you've won the lottery, could you break the money with us instead of Liverpool? Because that's a lot of money.
Man looking for a revolution out here. Where's that revolution money, bro?
That was a lot of players.
I would like us to be able to adapt to a 3 at the back sometimes, not as our just. I don't want us to have a go-to formation. I want us to be flexible with it. Personally.
Yeah, we ain't that team. I'll be honest with you, Carl. But do you know what though?
Dare I say, no other team really is at the moment in the Premier League. Everyone's kind of got a set team.
Do you know what?
City used to, but no one
really
really
does. Sometimes City can do a 3 at the back team, but maybe
they haven't done it in ages.
That's maybe 2 years ago now, isn't it?
Yeah, they've not done it in time. Since that left back stopped playing as regularly, they haven't really done it. A-Spec says Saeed in a balaclava on the Big Six was hilarious. Oli has got them losing their heads. Big up Saeed.
Big up Saeed.
I'm not gonna lie, it was funny.
And big up the Big Six show. And big up Oli Gunnar Solskjaer. Oli in, baby. Oli in.
Big up OGS.
OGS.
And I'm loving that Arteta tax, because that North London derby just bought him at least till the end of the season.
Excellent.
Oh, amazing stuff. Amazing work. Big up the Arsenal. Amazing work. Trust that process. You man, trust that process, yeah?
For real. Liam Kenny says, going to end up being the money we save on Bissouma will go towards Tony Pot in the summer.
Well, everyone's getting on that Tony vibe because he bullied up our defenders, yeah?
It happens. This is what happens in football, to be fair.
Are you man on a Tony vibe? Are you man on Tony? The Tony.
I think he's good, but I need to see way more of him before I want him.
He's not Liverpool. If we're going to do that, we might as well have gone and got my man in the summer.
Who's that?
Daka.
No, I don't know. I'll be honest. I think the Championship is a harder league than the Austrian league.
Yeah, but I mean 6 and 2 threes, isn't it?
No. The Championship is way harder.
No, I know, but I'm talking about who's better at Tony and Daka. 6 and 2 threes, isn't it?
I don't know. Shout out to Lee Chappie. He might be someone who can tell us a bit better, but I've not seen Daka pulling up any trees at Leicester yet.
He ain't really played. I don't know what's going on.
He's only played. He played near Euro.
Couple cameo appearances. That's all.
Yeah,
I've seen.
I'm quite surprised he's not even. But again, maybe they're I don't know. They're waiting in it for him to learn the ropes.
LTAB says you guys need to get Saeed and tapping Tobes on. We will do it. So we definitely had Saeed.
We've had Tobes on. We've had
both of them. But yeah,
we've had Tobes. We'll get them again.
Season. We'll get them on. Season just start, you know.
We'll definitely get them if we want again. Troy M says Klopp is flexible just in the wrong ways. Formation, not so much, but maybe putting Kanate in as false 9, maybe. LOL. Well, you never know nowadays. All right, so just before we move off to Bissouma, a very quick answer. Bissouma comes in. Are you guys happy? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I'm over the moon, mate.
Same here. Same here. All right. Himanshu, my man. All right.
Himanshu, I've remembered, bro.
Okay, cool.
I was gonna say we do it at the end, didn't it?
Okay, cool. I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
All right. So the next thing, I think that last super chat leads on nicely. Is Klopp over rotating so far this season? Now we've seen this season. I don't think we've started the same 11 2 games in a row this season, if I'm not mistaken. Now some of that's been down to injury, some of that's been down to rotation. Whereas a few seasons ago, maybe even last season, the same 11 would play quite regularly. Again, sometimes that was down to injuries. Do you think Klopp is over rotating because of what happened last season? Or do you think he's having to do it because of out of necessity and because he wants to keep the players fresh?
I think a bit of both. I think he knows he's got enough players in defence to rotate, which is mainly where he's doing his rotating. And it's smart because you've got to get them all some game time. And I think he's trying to work out the perfect combination if Van Dijk's not playing as well. I think he's trying to figure out if Van Dijk ain't playing, which is the pair I would play, kind of thing. I like it. I like it. I think it's worked. I don't think we can look at the Brentford game and blame rotation. Like for whatever reason, they just weren't on it.
Brentford game was the right lineup.
Yeah, that line, like I think it's been good. I think we've done really well in the Milan game, even though we're a little bit defensively shaky. But that was their actual first ever game of the season. Both Konate and Gomez for that game, so that was to be expected.
No, they didn't. Konate didn't play against Milan. But again, we say
didn't he?
No.
He played in that EFL thing. I keep saying EFL.
Was it Matip that played in the Milan game?
The Carabao thing. That's it. Konate played.
I've seen Konate twice this season.
Crystal Palace was his first game.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Again, a lot of people said that we were defensively bad against AC Milan. Could you not just say we were defensively bad for about 3 minutes? I know we conceded 2 goals. They punished us.
That's true. Yeah, that's
where
true. They cut. Like,
where we bad defensive? Because from what I remember of the game, I don't think we were bad defensively.
No, that is true actually. And you know what? To be fair, and this is the reason why I think I had a little bit more of a problem with people saying Brentford played well, where I kind of feel like they didn't. They just executed what they wanted to do well. Milan actually carved us open for their 2 goals. Like you go back and you watch it, and if you take away your bias as a Liverpool fan, it was beautiful football for both Milan goals. Whereas with Brentford, it was just like hoof the ball up and just rough up and rush Trent to the back post. So I kind of feel like you can give a bit more of a blight to the defending in the Milan game because it was just great football. That first goal was slick football. Like you know, sometimes you just got to give the opposition credit. It was great football for that goal. So I think you might be right, Cal. I think maybe they just undone us with some beautiful football and we were napping for about 5 minutes of a 90-minute game kind of thing.
Fair enough. Jamrock said Hendo was horrible defensively. Trent paid for it. I'll be honest.
Matip was probably more at fault for Trent's exposure than Hendo was. Because remember, Hendo still got a midfield job to do. Whereas Matip is right there. Like, how did Matip keep letting him get rushed at the back post like that? It was, I don't know, man.
A-Spec. Sorry, I'm going to come to you in a sec, Matt. A-Spec says, a question for Cal. Have you got a photographic memory? I wouldn't say photographic. I'm good with certain things, but bad with others. Not photographic, though.
When it comes to lyrics of a song, yes, I think you have got a photographic memory. When it comes to Liverpool results, yes, I do think you have a photographic memory.
When it comes to life in general, I haven't. The missus will tell you that. Combat sports, I think I've got a good memory. I've got a good memory, but I wouldn't say photographic in anything. Because
I'll tell you what it is, bro. What you love, you remember.
You trying to say I don't love my family, yeah?
Wow, when did you not remember the family? I don't know when you've ever forgotten the family, bruv. I don't know, innit? Like,
yeah, because it's not like you forget like a birthday or something. You would never forget something like that.
No,
That's what I'm saying. So for you to be like, nah, bruv, it's calm. But no, you got a point. I think just spot on. I think if you love something, you will remember it. But something that kind of it's like half-heartedly interests you, you probably you might just be like, I'm not too sure, like kind of thing.
Yeah, very true, very true. I think that's the case with all of us on here, though. I think we've all got good memories when it comes to Liverpool stuff.
there's bare stuff you remind me of, Cal. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not on that
Are you
level.
hiding it well still?
I'm on that level. Do you know what's so weird though?
Yeah,
Just quickly,
go.
just so weird. One thing I kind of do remember though, for whatever reason, are transfer fees. I don't know why, fam. Like, if you said
because
to me,
your FSU have made you an accountant, Matt.
no, this goes back. I'm talking like if I said Luis Garcia, I'll be like 6 mil. Xabi Alonso, it'd be like 10.7. If it was like, I don't know, Hossamy, it was like 4 or something.
Yeah,
then
I'm
it's
not
like
great
if you
with that
go,
stuff.
if you go like,
we found out on the day trippers, Matt. You remember?
yeah, no. But there are other stuff that I was like, this is why I need Carl. I needed that second mic or second earpiece. So Carl was like, it's this one, like, because bro, I'm not gonna lie.
I think what I do is I do a memory dump and put shit in the recycle bin a lot. So, and I know this is really rude. I shouldn't even say this out loud, but there's some people in my life and they'll like tell me stuff, and I don't even mean to be rude, but it just doesn't really mean much to me. So when they bring it up some other time down the line,
I'm not laughing at you, swear, bro.
I'll be like, did you?
I'm not.
I'll be like, did you tell me that? And I don't even mean to be rude. I just at the time when you told me, it just didn't mean enough to me to remember you told me it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about petty shit, not like real shit. But like at the end of every season, I just do a recycle bin, and then I wait to empty trash. And maybe I might restore it, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of just every season I just put in a recycle bin. Right, that's done with now. Let me just remember what happened this season. So that's why a lot of the time I'm like, you know, I forget what happened. You lot be like, remember we beat Burnley 2-0 last season? I'll be like, did we? It wasn't even that long ago, but I put it in the recycle bin. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I hear that.
Bro, you look at you never walk alone 19.
Let me have a look.
Who, sorry?
I got a bad memory. I even cheated on my wife because I forgot married.
Bro,
you're looking to
that's
get
what the
killed,
ring's for, bro.
Yeah,
be careful, you know. Be careful, you know. Trust me.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Smash the like button if you haven't already as well.
Hey, Lloyd, Origi never goes in the recycle bin, bro. Never.
No, the Origi don't.
Innit?
Hendo, so Jamrock says Hendo was marking air on a number of occasions. Not for
I'll have to go back and have a look. If that is true, then fair dues. I remember Jota actually was the one who watched Trent get rushed on the third goal. If you look, go and watch back the third goal, Jota actually, he might as well have just put his hand on his hips and just went like that. Like he watched him get rushed. I was like, Jota, I
defending that way. Definitely. Sorry, Cal. What was the original question? It was about, what was it, the rotation?
Is Klopp rotating too much?
I don't like, just to quickly answer, no. Reason being is because I don't like he's making the right. Yeah, it's facts. You took the words out of my mouth. Facts. That's it. I don't think he is. I think he's made the right changes he needed to make. He doesn't want to like overload people so early in the season. When he's had to rest Van Dijk, he has shown that he will. Like Van Dijk didn't play in the Carabao Cup. He played did Van Dijk play Champions League? Did he play Champions League, Van Dijk?
No,
he didn't. So he didn't even play. That's what I'm saying. So he will rest, man. Like if he feels someone needs a rest, that he will rest him. And I think it's the right thing to do. But I think maybe when it comes to sort of business end of the season, when you're talking like January, December onwards, we might see a little more of, it might be just one change instead of like 4 or 5.
Troy M says, speaking of rotation, I need that guy. I need the guy stuttering. It's a sticky one still meme added to the rotation. You know, let me see if I can find that. And I'll try
or someone said it to me. Like
actually, do you know what? That's just reminded me something completely off topic. Matt, can you you know the Stormzy thingy because you're the one who got it. Can you send me it, please? Because somebody asked me if I could send it to him, and that's just totally. It reminds you know the Stormzy where it's like, cause basically when you know the Stormzy
that was me.
That was
it
Cal.
you?
That was Cal.
Cal, can you send me that, please, bro?
Yeah. Remind me after the show. This is what I mean, not photographic memory.
Sorry,
not photographic memory. One more quick rumor before we move on to the next topic. Chiesa, he's been linked with Liverpool. I think this is going to complete and utter doo-doo. Chiesa, would you happy with it?
Yeah, of course, but
Chiesa coming in would mean that one of our players are going though, because at 80, 90 mil or whatever it would cost, they're not doing that without sacrificing.
So that's what I was going to ask you next.
No, I ain't sacrificing anyone for him.
What's that saying? Was it no sacrifice, no victory? Is that the right
no
thing?
gain? Well, no sacrifice.
You're talking about the witty motto, bro. That's Transformers, bro.
Yeah.
All right, here's an argument.
Who gets sacrificed?
Firmino and Mane is sold, and we bring in Chiesa.
I'll be livid.
Nah.
Personally, I'll be livid.
Nah. Because Chiesa's good, but he ain't. Do you know what it is? Chiesa's not elite, you know. He's good.
A lot of people forget that the grass ain't always green, you know. Enough man that peek over the fence and want the next man's garden thing and rare and all that. Things always taste better when it's somebody else's. Like, let me tell you, let me just give it to you like this. How many times have any of you asked anyone for a chip? Anyone, and they'll be like, yeah, sure. And you're like, these chips are bad, brother. You mad? What shop did you get these from? I'm hungry. I'm going there now. You go and buy them same chips from that same chip shop. And when you're eating them, you're like, man, don't taste like his. How many of you have ever had that happen? Because that's happened to me before.
That's never happened to me. I gotta be real.
That's happened to me before. That is 100% happened. But
when you bought the same chips and they don't taste the same.
Same chips.
That's a mental thing, then.
Yeah, because the chips are the same. Like
Chiesa is the chip that you tried when it was your brethren's chip. When you go and buy it and it's actually yours, it ain't gonna taste the same. So everyone thinking the grass is greener on the other side, you know what I'm saying?
No, but you know what can happen though? Like, in my opinion, it can
chips could go stale.
Yeah, but not even that though. Like, if someone says to you, I don't know, man. Me personally, I'm just thinking Chiesa for Mane. Chiesa's better on the right anyway. Personally, I think he's better on the right. That would mean Salah, so no. Chiesa's a good player. I think he can be potentially elite. It depends what year you're talking about. I don't know. It might have to be like 2 other years down the line where it's like Mane's even older. Not right now. Mane's still got too much to offer. So that's why I wouldn't have it right now. And Bobby Firmino plays in a different position. So that to me, that don't make no sense because then where's the striker? Like, where's the striker? Let's take Mane out the equation because you said maybe Firmino, but...
And I'd also like to ask, and I'm not saying that Chiesa wasn't good before the Euros, because he obviously was. But how many of you are basing your emotions towards him off the Euros? Because I didn't see anybody checking for Chiesa before the Euros.
Bro, no, Johnny is. No, 100%, because there's certain people that didn't really, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but certain people probably didn't really watch him. Like,
I'm one of them. I didn't know that much about him before the Euros.
No, I knew about Chiesa from
I'd watched him only
days,
because we were linked with him, as you said, when he was at Fiorentina, Matt. So I started watching him a little bit, and then
I watched him from
a
little while. He's a quality player, but again, it's like
He's good.
Nah, he's better than good. Still, he's better than good.
No, he's very good. Put it like this: he easily, in my opinion, has the potential to be Italy's best player. And not only that, be elite, like part of the elite category where you say, it's an elite winger. Like, see how, like, for argument's sake, you said Salah's elite, Neymar's elite, Mane's elite. Let's say they're elite for now, over the last 3 to 4 years, their category or what they've done over the 3 to 4 years has been elite. Chiesa can be on that level. He can be on that level.
Put it this way, Drew. Personally, if Chiesa came to the Premiership and went to United, he starts for United, in my opinion. I think he starts.
What, even over Sancho?
I think Sancho would play on the right and Chiesa would play on the left.
Ooh, you dropped Rashford.
I would for Chiesa. I think if he goes to Chelsea and they're playing 3 up top, I think he starts for Chelsea.
Yeah, he
City-
does.
Okay.
He does. 'Cause he's
City,
better
he
than
might.
Pulisic.
City, he might not. But City, then again, he might.
Who's on their left right now? Grealish.
Grealish, you probably wouldn't start over. On the right, though,
Nah,
it's
does he
Gabriel
start off-
Jesus.
does he-
I think he
Oh,
starts
yeah,
over
it
Gabriel
is, it is.
Jesus.
I was gonna say Mahrez, but I don't even understand that. I don't understand how
Yeah.
Jesus has been moved to the. It's his. Do you know what it is? One thing I've noticed about Pep, and he's taking it a bit more serious in this regard, is Jesus' work rate. You know, Jesus worked hard. You know,
Yeah.
and one
Mm.
thing
And
I
he
would
got,
say
he got
about
the winner. He got the winner as well.
yeah,
to be fair.
bruv, his work rate is mad. That's why they've
But
kind of put
listen,
Jesus on the right.
Jesus is techie with it.
Yeah,
He's
of
a good
course he
player.
is, and his work rate is mad.
Acebeck says Drifty. Alan sent Max discuss.
Are you playing with my emotions or what?
No, they're just trying to ask you, like. Out of all
Okay,
the
but
players,
I can't lord
Yeah,
over the man anymore.
yeah.
That he's a superb player, man. I've
over
been
Neto,
saying it
Drift,
from.
over Neto,
Oh yeah,
he-
yeah.
over
I'll
Rafinha.
be honest with you. I've got to the point now where it's Max over everybody.
Oh,
As in,
fair
like
enough.
those people that we discussed of
Fair
like
enough,
the
fair enough.
Rafinha, Neto, all of those players. I'd even take Max over Bissouma. It's Max over everyone. If you actually ask me what Premier
That's
League
Drifty's
player,
type of player, though. That's Drifty's
He
Yeah,
type
is,
of
that-
player.
he
that-
is, he is.
and now I'm watching him put together runs of even fitness. I don't even want to jinx a bit. You know, a lot of people said, "Oh, but he does have a bit of fitness." Where so would you if you had the whole team on your back. I'm not even gonna lie. That's a lot of weight.
No.
That's a lot of weight still.
Bro, do you want to know when a man is carrying too much? Have you noticed? I think he's the only guy in the Prem that actually pretty much has the stone cold knee braces on. You see, he's double wrapped both knees. Have you noticed? So not if, bruv, he's got the Ryu thing on the wrist, yeah, on both wrists. Bruv, he's got the thing on the knees, bro. This man is wrapped up like
He prepared for the match
war.
like he's an NFL player. He just don't get to put the pads on, innit?
And I'm not gonna lie, like it's no disrespect to Newcastle because I don't want to disrespect their fans and their fan base, and they are historically an amazing big English club. However, the way how things are in current day, St. Max is there shining light, and I do feel like it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, potentially, where someone comes in with a big offer, there's the risk of losing him because you kind of feel like, as you said, Driv, he has to do too much. Like he has to do way too much.
He has to do
And-
everything, man.
and it's
Like he
unfair.
actually has to do. As soon as
Forward, back.
Newcastle kick the ball out of defense, he has to do everything. Like,
Bruv, he's
it's too
working
much,
with
man. It's too much.
Do you know how bad Do you know how bad Almiron is?
I've been saying this.
You know what? I don't know what, but Almiron, I'm a bit like. I think he's got ability, but he don't know how to use it.
Almiron is fast and got decent kind of like close control. This is what Almiron will do. St. Max will beat 3 man, play the ball to Almiron. Almiron will run with the ball for about 40 yards. You're thinking, go on, Almiron. Almiron will then stop, run back, beat 1 man, and play it back to the centre back.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He don't know how to use his ability.
Bro,
that's what I'm saying,
no.
bro.
He's just busy. He's the busiest guy in the Prem. He's the busiest guy.
Busiest guy in the room. Facts. Ash says we got to freshen it up. Klopp can't run current front three into their 30s and leave in 2-3 years, and the new manager has a complete
I'm
rebuild.
not gonna lie. If he does that, he's bad, man. It's still magic. Man's like, oh, you wanted Salah's contract, yeah? I gave you that. You wanted Monday, I gave you that. You see, you, man, yeah, I'm out. You might have to deal with FSG
That's
on your
true.
ones. That would be horrible.
Jay Finn says, Drifty, you need to stop the Ali is an okay manager question. Who Ali keep new?
Who?
Sorry, this super chat doesn't make much sense to me. Okay, Drifty, you need to stop. The Ollie is an okay. I'm guessing Ollie is an okay manager. Question: Who Ollie keep new cup with that squad and would get promoted? I'm sorry, Jayfrin, you're gonna have to send that super chat to me.
I'm guessing that because I defend Ollie a little bit. Is he kind of like, why am I like, I've got allowed defending him?
I'll
He's
be
not
honest,
even.
I genuinely not sure what he's trying to say here. So Jay, just send it to
because
me.
I know
again.
I defend Ollie a lot more than anybody else because I think it is very disingenuous to not give him any praise for victories and then blame him for every defeat. Like, take the Man United rivalry out of it. I think it's really weird. Like, they'll have a great game and nobody says anything about Ollie. And then they have a bad game. Ollie out. And I'm just like, that's an agenda beyond anything I've ever seen in my life. And I just think that's a bit weird for me. And I'm not saying he's a great manager. He ain't a great manager. But you've got to give him credit if the team does well. Do you get what I mean? Like, you can't only just shit on him. Like, I just find that a bit weird. I don't know, but...
I hear that.
Like, Luke Shaw went to the Euros and was one of their best players because of Oli. Oli revamped that man's career. Mourinho couldn't even get him playing. Do you get what I mean? And then Oli came in and Oli got him playing. Like, give credit where Oli does things. Like, fuck the rivalry. Let's just be real for a minute. Give Oli the credit. Bruno is having a better time at Man U than he had when he was at Sporting. Give Oli some credit. Oli's playing him in a way to do that. Like, you can't just always just beat the man up. Like, you've got to give him some credit. You know what I mean? I just find it weird. It's weird behavior to not give any credit to a man and then just shit on him as soon as anything even remotely goes wrong. I just find it a bit weird, but I don't know. Oli in, innit?
Of course, it's Oli in, but this is what I mean. I think you're winding up the fan base, the main night.
No. I genuinely don't get why they shit on him all the time and don't give him any credit. I mean it.
I'm good with it.
Yeah,
the more division, the better.
But I think if I take my Liverpool,
I said glue Ollie's hands to the wheel, you know.
I'm not gonna lie, because you'll send them down a rocky path. I haven't lied.
Jay Finn said, I was asking, would again, are we talking about would Ollie keep Newcastle up? And would he get what
end up promoted? In Green Inferno?
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think he would. I don't think he would.
You'll have to ask me. Give me a little bit more time for him to think.
No, you know he wouldn't. Zabiri says, bless Cow and Matt. How I look supporting Drift, and he's supporting Ollie. He is coaching off vibes, and the vibes change from game to game. Zabiri, I agree. Sam Max Legend says, evening guys, great show. Would you argue that Rashford, Greenwood and Sancho are Klopp type players? If so, then the Muppets are at the wrong club.
They came through the youth system.
Well, no. Sancho didn't.
Sancho come from Man City.
Oh, yeah, Sancho didn't. But Sam Max, Rashford and Greenwood are like Manchester boys. They ain't going to come Liverpool,
no, I think he kind of means...
In terms of,
like, they are. Because if they want to play for a manager...
Definitely. All three of them are Klopp type players. Klopp would turn Greenwood into a fucking machine.
Yeah.
Absolute goal machine. And he would actually teach Rashford to use his pace better. That's one thing that I will say that Oli, even though Rashford has improved under Oli, I don't think Oli has taught Rashford how to actually use his ability to be more effective. Do you get what I mean? Because I think with the ability Rashford has, he could be more effective than he is. But
yeah, I agree. Troy M says, St. Max, Neto, and Rafinha are all available next summer. We can only sign one, but Kopish has to agree on which one to buy before FSG buys. Which one, Kopish?
All right, guys.
Yeah. I know the only one we'd all come to an agreement on would be Rafinha.
Do you think?
I know it would be. I don't think I could get Matt on the St. Max train. I don't think I could.
I think I could I could potentially get Matt on the Neto train. Potentially.
Right.
Potentially.
Man literally went, huh?
Because dare I say, I think the only reason why
let me
the Neto stuff's quieting down is because of the injuries.
Say what? I'm talking to you, brother. You.
No, I hear what you're saying. I think people are sleeping on Neto because of the injury.
No, you're right. I think. Do you know what though?
Before the injury, I was on the Neto train more than the Max train. To be honest,
I ain't gonna lie.
The cheapest. He's the youngest as well.
I'm gonna say it so quietly. Because my throat's getting. I'm kind of St. Max or not right now. Still, you know, I don't understand. Ah, here we go.
Wrong way, bro. You're looking
wrong
at
way.
me now. Man, look me up and down, you know.
Man, you know what? I need to get away from him. Cal, go away, man. Go away. No, do you know what? I'll be honest with you. It's
Be a musical chairs. Come on.
Yeah, for
it
real.
is. You know, it is. It's tough, and I'll tell you why. Because if Neto doesn't, and I know it's a big if, but if Neto doesn't get injured, Neto probably goes on to have an amazing end to a season and an amazing start to a season, right?
And I think he ends up at Liverpool.
Rafinha
the
has
one
always
that
been
Klopp wants.
Rafinha, and I'm never gonna like go away because I just think, what, bro? Did you see what Rafinha done on the weekend? Oh my!
That finish was naughty. What foot is Rafinha? He's both footed,
No,
isn't
no.
it?
No, he left footed, but bro, Rafinha, the way how we can beat his man. You see how we talk about Salah and Mane. Sometimes, like when it comes to beating them, man, they can be a bit sloppy, so to speak. They can beat their man, but they can be sloppy, bro. Rafinha can dob you the old school Brazilian way, where he uses a skill. If you saw what he done to our man, he done a little flick and he makes the man. The other man just looked up into the sky, was just like, somebody help.
No, but bro, if you're talking
Bro.
about beating a man, Max
Yeah.
does that in his sleep, bro.
So
No,
does
no, no.
Neto.
No, so Rafinha
They
is
all do it.
Brazilian.
They all do it.
All right, no, but let me ask you this though: in front of goal, who do you think is better in front of goal? Because I'm
Neto.
picking my man.
No, I think Neto's the better finisher of the three.
Thank you, Drew.
What?
Yeah. Neto's the better finisher of the three. Yeah.
Are you joking?
No, I
Nah.
genuinely think that Neto's the better finisher of the three.
No,
yeah.
people in the chat need to back me up on this one. If not, I'm leaving the show. Please confirm to me who's a better finisher, Rafinha or Neto?
I think
Please
it's
let me
because
know.
Neto's been out of mind for a while
No,
because of the
no,
injury.
no. I'm being real. I'm
right.
talking about a fully fit.
No, but if we're going to talk about fully fit for all of them,
Yeah.
then for me, Neto's got to be the one. He's the cheapest. He's probably going to. He's
No,
the youngest.
finisher. No, sorry, I'm talking about finisher, Cal. When they're like, because obviously Neto's injured. Sorry, I phrased that wrong. But who's the better finisher, Rafinha or Neto? See
I
the
think
chat.
it's
On
Neto.
the,
I think
the
it's Neto. Not by a long shot. It's not like one's night and one's day.
Yeah. It ain't by much. But I think Neto was just ever so slightly
If
a
I'm
better
not
finisher.
mistaken, didn't they get the same amount of goals pretty much last season? And Neto missed a good portion.
I
not
don't even know what their
I'm not
numbers
Maybe
are like.
Neto got what? I'm gonna say 6, and Raf got 8, maybe. So you could be right. I'm just like random guess, by the way. I ain't got a clue.
I think Neto's the best crosser out of the three.
Oh, you're sleeping on Rafinha's crossing, you know.
With both feet,
But-
I think Neto.
But you want to know? But you know something though. The crosses are different. You see the way how the team set up. One thing I've noticed, Neto is perfect if he wants to find a target, man. But you see Rafinha makes a cross to like open up the game, bro. If you saw the game again on the weekend, KG will back me up on this. He was,
Of course,
he's
KG's
different.
going to back you up.
No,
He's a
but he's
Leeds
different.
man
All right, big up
through,
KG.
bro.
I need you right now, fam. Man's gonna pay.
I don't think he will back you up, to be honest. But
Back signal.
yeah, talking about one of his players, he might rush you, bro.
No, he ain't gonna. Bro, I'm giving the man praise.
But
I'm saying.
I would say Max is better at intricate passing because he
Aye.
brings everyone to him and then just plays
Rafinha.
that killer
Bro,
ball
you
through
man
and
are
just takes
sleeping.
everyone out the game,
You
bro.
know, I'm bringing in KG right now. You think I'm joking? You actually think I'm joking?
No, bro, I watch Max do it every game. He brings
Bro.
everyone to him and then plays a perfect ball. And it's just the others that fuck it up, brother. And he must be so frustrated. They must be doing his nut up there, brother. I'm not even joking.
Dare I say it? Rafinha is in the better team though out of the three.
Yeah, he is. He is in the better team. Oh, I don't know, actually. This season, Leeds might be in a relegation battle still.
No,
Wolves are in major.
No, Wolves have just won their first game in how long?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
Leeds
I think Leeds have only got one win themselves in the league, right?
Bruv, you man are sleeping.
Leeds ain't
on
doing
Like-
too well in the
like
league.
Mick's-
I'm not even gonna
So
lie.
Mick says Neto got 5 goals and 6 assists last season. Rafinha got 6 goals and 9 assists.
So I get sorry, say that again.
What did
Sorry,
Max
that's so
get?
fast.
Neto,
Say that again, sorry?
Neto got 5 goals, 6 assists last season.
5 goals.
Rafinha got 6 goals and 9 assists. Rafinha's playing a much better team, and Wolves lost. Remember, Wolves lost their main
Oh, I hear
striker
that,
last
man.
season,
Right,
and
listen.
Neto had his season cut short. Neto, for me, last season was on course to win the Young Player of the Year award.
Neto was having a wonderful season till the injury.
He was, but I'll say this again. Rafinha is different from maybe I don't know how to explain it without being so biased. You see what Rafinha's
Rafinha's
asked
sick,
to do
bro. No two
in a
ways about it.
Bielsa team. Do you know one thing I've noticed? Yeah, this brother will go to right back, and be helping out his right back consistently, like how Drift would say about Mane with Robber, where Mane, no matter what happens, Mane will always back up his fellow colleague on that side, And I'm not saying Neto doesn't do that, but you see the way how Bielsa wants you to play, it's that kind of hard work, non-stop, 24/7. You have to be defensively switched on, as well as be the main creator, be arguably the top goal scorer alongside Bamford, and you have to be the main creator. If I haven't said that already, bro, this man does everything kind of for Leeds. He's their creative spark. At least with Neto, you kind of got an Adama when obviously Adama kind of falling off a little bit, but when Adama was even slightly on form, they could kind of go either or both flanks. Adama kind of like you had to worry about the two. I kind of feel like with Leeds it's very lopsided because they kind of know Rafinha on that side. It's like, if you stop him, there's a better chance of us winning the game. I don't feel like that with I don't know, man.
He has got Harrison and Bamford to play off though.
That's true, but then Jimenez was you could arguably say, but the reason why Neto was doing so
early.
No. But when Jimenez was there, you saw the best of Neto. Because when Jimenez was gone,
I think you saw the best of Traore. Neto was
Traore was the one that Jimenez had the link with.
Was still at a
Neto
high
stepped up. We got to be real. Podence and Neto were the two who stepped up when Jimenez got injured, and they were dragging Wolves through games.
Neto had a great season. Well, had a very good start to a season.
all three of them are superb talents.
No, amazing players.
All three of them are superb talents. Do you know what I'm saying?
Who we agreeing on? We can't even agree on that one then.
Yeah, we can't. Troy M's set us an impossible task because not that we're biased to our players.
Man said Matt moving mad, get on board or Matt is out. Brother, I'm moving mad. You're sleeping on Rafinha. You're moving mad. Mad.
I just want us to have an X Factor player. And I'm not saying the other two don't have an X Factor-ish about them, but I know 2 minutes to go, 30 yards out, if you give one of them the ball, Max is the one most likely to open up and something happens from it.
I don't know.
30 yards out, I'm banking on Max to do something more. Sorry, not Max, Raf, because what are you saying? What, just beating men and shooting? Just
like we're having a terrible game. It's Brentford. It's 3-3. There's 2 minutes to go. And who do you give the ball to? Rafinha, Neto, or Max? With 2 minutes to go, I'm going Max, to be honest.
I would go Rafinha, then Max, then Neto. In that scenario,
Neto would be the last. I've got to agree.
I disagree because you guys are probably thinking of a little dribble, a little 1-2 and a shot or something. But Neto could take it down the outside and cross it in on a pinpoint for someone on either flank.
He can.
I think it's impossible to choose between those three in that scenario.
Yeah, you're right.
They've all got different skills and tools they can bring out that the other may not have.
That's true, because Neto, you're right. Neto could easily just beat his man, cross the ball in, and someone scores a header. Whereas Rafinha, say Max, I feel like, you know what they would do? Get the ball, maybe beat one man, play that quick 1-2, lay it off another man, and then get the ball back and then score a goal.
It's hard.
It's hard. You know what?
They're flipping quality. All three of them are flipping.
Just sign one of them LFC. We don't really care which one. Let's be real.
Even 2 out of the 3.
Just sign one of them.
We should be able to get 2 out of the 3, to be fair. But
should be able to. Should.
Oh, boy.
What do you want?
Zabiri saying Matt moving mad. Get on board with Matt out.
You're moving mad, Zabiri. If you don't rate Max, so I can't even. Sorry, I keep saying Matt. Rafinha, sorry. Because he's saying Neto. No. Who's he saying? I should be on board with, sorry?
I'm not sure. Tell us who you're saying to get on board with Zabiri.
Yeah, because
tell Matt. No, not us. Tell Matt.
Yeah.
Jay Ward with a really good super chat here says proactive transfers are better than reactive transfers, and then puts Mane 33 etc. in brackets. Not saying he's 33 now, but just talking about when he's
when he is 33, you mean?
Yeah.
You know how I feel about certain man. I want them all to just retire.
I know, but that's impossible.
We've got to be. Do you know what, though?
It weren't impossible for all them man at Bayern to retire there. Like it can.
I was gonna say,
Bayern didn't have any competition in that league.
No, but what I mean is, Mo and Mane retire. You bring in whoever their replacements are, and they still chip in where they can. You don't have to get rid of them. That's what you have, the older heads, the people who teach the youngers and can still contribute. You have them around. You don't have to get rid of them. FSG have conditioned everybody into believing this is a thing. Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, these men never went nowhere. They stayed around and they chipped in where they can. You don't have to get rid of these.
No, but Drift, if you're saying.
But other players did leave, like Beckham, for example.
But that was when he was still young, Cal. That wasn't even an age thing. That was
no, but that's what I'm saying. Players will have to move on, bro. Like it's impossible. Yeah. The 11 we've got now, it's impossible for all of them.
Look at Millie.
No, but Drift.
Every time you feel like Millie's past it, he steps in and he shows you that he can still offer
Johnny, this. Let me be realistic. Let me be realistic. If a player want like a Salah or Mane want to retire at Liverpool, I've got
Matt. Sorry, Zabiri's saying St. Max is his guy.
I'll say Max is.
Man, like Zabiri, you know.
I rate St. Max, yeah. I really do. But I'm gonna be honest. I just rate Rafinha just higher than St. Max. I think Rafinha for me puts it together better. But maybe that's because St. Max, again, I've already said it has to do too much more. He's got to do weight. He's got to carry a team. Rafinha ain't got to carry a team as such like that. No way. So, but go back to this argument here. If we're talking about Salah Mane retiring at Liverpool, I've got no issues, Drift. No issues. But the problem is that we have to think realistically. If they don't want to retire, they might want to still feel like at 33 or 34 where they can still play first team football at another club. So therefore, you bring in your, as you say, your St. Max and Rafinha for them to, just for argument's sake, to replace them. But I know what you're saying, because it's like, why are we the only team where we're in a situation where if our players do get into their 30s, we've automatically got to assume that we sell them? Because you see, Man City, them man, they had company until the wheels fell off. Them man had Aguero to the wheels fell off. Them man had David Silva to the wheels fell off. But even they didn't retire.
And then they built around them.
Yeah, but even they
didn't. What I'm saying? Like they built around them. They always had. They got Jesus to back up Aguero. They got Bernardo to back up David. Do you know what I mean? Company was probably the only one, but centre backs are very difficult to find in it. But they did still bring Laporte in. Like for me, I feel like you don't have to get rid of them, man. And it's the same way. It's the same with Hendo. It's the same with Van Dijk. It's the same with Ali. Like
that is. But big up Dima though, love bro.
I'm not even gonna lie though. Bailey's goal was beautiful though.
Bailey looking good. Listen,
that goal was beautiful. Still.
Leon Bailey looking good. All I want to see from Bailey is consistency. Keep doing his thing.
As long as it ain't against Liverpool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, not against us. Yeah, not against us. But no, Drift, you got a valid point. I think again, it's like, in an ideal world, you want Mane and Salah to at least stay until they're kind of nearly done, so to speak. Or they can still offer something. A bit like Robin and Ribery. But then you still got the people that's looking to take their spot in the team as well. So we're not relying on
of course. So like you said, you go and get St. Max, you go and get Rafinha, 24, 25-year-olds, young, hungry. They come in. They become the first teamers by the time Mane and Mo are like 31-ish. By then, they fully establish themselves in the team. They're the ones playing. Them man, they start playing their thing. And then you rotate, you swap, you do what you do. And then you do what Bayern did. Bayern was so good because they had all of them options. They could do what they wanted.
Bayern didn't have any
competition
for those players.
In the Champions League, they did though, Cal.
No, but everyone's got competition in the Champions League. But in there, it's different when you don't have competition.
Do you know what though, Drift? Do you know, Drift? I'll say this, Cal's. All right, Cal's got a point.
Can allow all them man that they've got now to retire there, because
we haven't got the highest. Bayern only had really one or two teams to worry about, whereas we've got flipping another 4 teams to worry about. However, though, our model does restrict us from even doing anything like that. Because let's be real, I don't think there's a problem if Mane and Salah come off the bench when they're 33, 34. They're still important, but not as important. And you've got a Rafinha Max that they can rotate with, and you kind of phase them out. But that would never happen, unfortunately, because the way how we work is sell to buy. We know this. So
Matt, that's why all day, every day is fuck the model.
Yeah,
fuck this model. This model ain't shit.
Not completely F the model. For me, it's adaptable.
But the model needs adapting, Cal. It needs adapting. It needs changing. Innit? It
Cal,
needs changing.
We've only done major business in one of the 5 summers that Klopp has had at Liverpool.
I know this,
but that's fucking terrible.
No, we gotta be careful. I don't want JW to cut off my Wi-Fi again, bro. We gotta be careful.
Yeah, no, I hear. No, I'm not even gonna do any bashing thing, but I'm just saying only one major summer in 5.
That's why I say
you're wasting the manager, man.
No, Johnny is Drift. The correct word is adapting. So instead of just sell to buy, You can still have a sell to buy model, but every now and again, when you think something is worth it, you then go, do you know what? Nah, I'm gonna go into my own pocket or other resources and then put alongside the sell to buy. That's the issue
You know,
we have.
I was just gonna give you the most raggo analogy, but I'm not gonna. Yeah,
it's not 9 yet. Watershed, fam, not 9 yet.
Yeah.
Only fans can't be activated until 9. Not yet.
Josh Archie said,
Come on,
if only you lot knew what was going on in here.
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know some mad thing.
Josh says this show's gonna give me that energy for my 8 to 9 night shift. Big up Kopish. Big up you, Josh. Big up.
2 to 9, Kyle. 2 to 9.
Actually, I think
No.
it's 8 o'clock till 9 in the morning, bro.
Man said 2 to 9.
13 now, Matt. We know about them shifts.
I know about night shift, bro.
I know about
the exact same time, bro.
I was gonna say,
He's
I know
literally
you
just
don't
said
know
the
that.
exact same time shift that we used to have to do,
I
bro.
used to do a night shift, fam. When I say
8 till 8, bro. That used to be man shift. That was murder.
It's crazy.
Can't be again. Jamrock says keep them at the expense of better younger players.
No, the younger
that's
players come true at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
It's a tough balancing act. Sam Matt's Legend says, gents, VVD and Matip or Hansen and Lawrenson as the greatest defensive partnerships. I'd go back in time and bring back a peak Hansen to play with VVD.
I will say you got to wait until it's all said and done. I think it's very unfair to compare like two players that haven't finished what they're doing yet. They can still add.
But Hansen was Van Dijk before Van Dijk was Van Dijk, though. Ball playing, aggressive, tall, physical, athletic centre back. That was Hansen.
It's not all said and done, but it's not all said and done yet, though. Because
no, I hear that. But Hansen was VVD before VVD. Hansen's one of them man you could say was before his time, bro. They weren't ready for ball playing centre backs back then, bro.
That's true. But one thing I'll say, and this is not me even using recency bias, I think Van Dijk had a fear factor that no defender has had in Liverpool's football history. But again,
I mean, that is arguable. That is arguable.
You know what I mean? That's just my opinion, though.
I agree with that. Another super chat promo says Rafinha is the best finisher. St. Max is the most versatile.
I can see the logic in that.
Yeah, I can. I don't agree, but I can see the logic. Ganesh says, Callum, there is a Liverpool fans channel in India I've come across. Got good content. I will send you a link on Twitter. Thanks for that, bro. Please do. More than happy to connect with new channels, etc.
Know who VVD's partner should be, you know. My guy, you know.
Yeah, Aga.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually think in theory his best partner would be Hippier.
I think it's Aga. No, it's Aga, fam.
I think VVD's so good you could slot anyone next to him.
Aga, fam. Let me ask you a little question.
Imagine Hippier's brain, though, and what he brought to the defense with his intelligence, and then you get Van Dijk next to him. That partnership would be sensational.
You know what? See, Aga, yeah. Aga for me was playing like put it like this. They weren't ready for Daniel Aga. Daniel Aga should have been playing in this generation.
Aga was don. Don't get me wrong.
Aga was talent-wise. Aga's up there with all of them. Easy. It's just like their injuries, bro. I'm telling you, Aga and VVD, the way they can both read the game as well. Nice, it's a wrap. And coming out from the back as well. You see how we talk about Matip? Aga done that different, and the shot. Oh my.
Jamrock says, Cal, you still editing that website? I'm not editing any websites, bro. I think, are you asking me if I'm putting that stuff together that you sent me? If that's the case, then yes, I am. I'm definitely not editing any websites. That is beyond my capacity. Jamrock also says Max had a wide open goal and at Watford and decided to dribble.
Well, the goalkeeper closed the space and he thought it was better to pass. It's just a shame that Geordie lad put it over the bar.
Max has kind of got that in him, though. He's a bit of a dribble merchant. We have to keep it real, though. We have to keep it real.
And he can't just give man a one. That is like a real small snippet.
But you want to know something?
Like,
but you want to know something? I guarantee if he comes to Liverpool, that little bit there gets taken out of his game. So I wouldn't even worry about that. You think I'd worry about that? No? No chance. Bro,
The pressure will be off. St. Max knows that every time he gets the ball, he's got to be magic. That's a lot of pressure, you know.
When St. Max is in the team and he knows he's got other players of his caliber around him, he wouldn't have to make those split decisions where he's overthinking. That's the difference when you play for obviously for a team. I don't want to be disrespectful, but for a team where you kind of know, like, they're on my team now. They're on my wavelength.
Z says, "What you guys take on Arsenal top 4? ? LOL."
Not on your Nelly, mate.
For me, they finished between 7th and 10th this season.
They beat Spurs. The man's saying top 4, bro.
No, but he's probably reflecting off of the energy coming from the fan base at the moment, who have clearly just gone back into that old school way. They get a little bit of hype and then they take it a bit too far. They're talking trophies. They're talking Europe.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's beyond them to get Europa League, but what I'm saying is calm down, innit? Norwich, everybody beats. Burnley are really bad this season. Like, I don't even know. They're relegation. I don't think they've won a game yet, have they? And Tottenham in the first half.
Take time, man.
Tottenham in the first half couldn't get any worse. Like, I don't think you could get a worse performance from a top team than Tottenham were in that first half. Like, I was watching even Højbjerg, like, just watching people run round him and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on at Tottenham. They were horrible in that first half.
Ash says, "What do you guys think of Tony's interview? He admitted their game plan was to single out Trent, stay away from VVD all game. Should we have planned for this?"
We should have definitely saw it happening and done something about it.
That's what I was just going to say. That. I don't think you can plan for that. I think that's where you adapt. Troy M says, "No, what would have been impossible is if I asked you to choose 2 out of the 3 to come. The third is left out. Kopish would have ended behind that debate." Yeah, you might be right. I'm not going to lie. Jamie, it's an absolute pleasure to subscribe to the channel, bro. Nothing but love to you and all the blessings in the future with that channel. And we'll be on the journey with you. And once again, people, if you haven't already, subscribe to Jamie Phillips Football Chats as well. You'll love that channel.
Get it done.
James Anderson, big up James. Been a little while. Peace, my G's. I'm totally with Drifty. VVD and Huppier would be fire. Huppier scored great goals as well as a great football brain. Remember the Juventus volley. Very true. Very true.
I'm telling you, man, Huppier and Van Dijk would have been unstoppable as a partnership, man. That would have been different gravy. And I'll fling my boy Carrie in there as well. I know a lot of people seem to want to. I'm actually quite surprised Carrie gets this little love.
Yeah, I'm shocked at the disrespect he gets. I think you can big up other players without disrespecting players.
Carragher was a beast, man. I don't care what anyone says. I really get surprised at the disrespect for Carragher, man. Carragher was levels for me. Like, I loved Carragher, man.
Zubiri says, "Call me nostalgic, but there's something about Max that brings back Genie vibes. Get Max Milner shirt number 7, bad boy skinning defenders." What are you saying, Matt? I'll be honest, we do really buy well from Newcastle. Harman, Genie.
And we sell Max well to them as well, didn't we? Sell them.
Saying that though, we did buy Carroll from them, didn't we?
Yeah, but I can make up for that, Enrique.
Okay.
So we do buy well. We panic buyed with Carroll, innit? Carroll was a panic buy. Anytime we actually plan to buy, we get the right player. Carroll was just a panic buy.
Very true. A-Spec says, "Do you think we utilize the free transfer market enough? Memphis springs to mind. It's because free transfers demand higher wages. Our model is so flawed." Very good question. It's a very good question.
Yeah, they do.
Who have we brought in on a free since Milner? Apart from 13.
In the current team,
apart from
Matip was free.
I'm saying since Milner though, apart from number 13.
I don't think
who put in on a free.
We haven't bought anybody in for free, have we?
Nobody. Not since
Matip and Milner. I think are the only 2 people in the team that
Milner.
Oh yeah,
that's why I said not number.
Yeah,
13.
not number 13.
People.
No, not my man. No one then. Other than my man, nobody.
I mean, arguably Elliot. I know you pay the compensation
tribunal, innit?
No, but effectively, by contract standards.
It wasn't even but we said all it was the payment was delayed.
We had to pay. The payment was delayed.
Was it? I thought he was free, but you just pay because he's under the age.
No.
All it was like what we did with Danny Ings, because we got Danny Ings for free, but because he was under 23, we had to pay. So technically, you still got him for free, but there's just a rule to when you're young, you've got to pay compensation. So effectively, ain't it? It's kind of like he's free. I'm sure Elliot was free, guys, and we just pay the tribunal, innit?
No, but then.
No, I feel as though we paid about 2.7 up front for Elliot, and then the rest went to.
Did we? I thought he was.
No, do you know what it is? His contract. I think his contract expired.
He didn't. No, I don't even think he signed a professional contract, guys. I think it actually got to that point where he's got to make the decision.
But that's what I mean.
So we get him for free, I'm sure.
Apparently, we still paid. Asian Pops just said we paid. We have paid. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know you could buy a 16-year-old. Yeah, I thought it was just at that point where his youth contract has run out. He's about to get a senior contract, and then I don't know. I thought when you're under 16, you weren't allowed to have a pro contract.
No, you can buy a 16-year-old.
Okay.
I'll double check the Elliot though, because there are a couple of people saying you can. So saying we did, some saying we didn't pay for Elliot.
I just didn't think you was allowed to sign a professional contract until you were 16. So I thought we just paid compensation because technically it's like stealing, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know. That's what I thought.
I'm not 100% sure. I mean, you know what? If that could be a good members video, we could look at the players who are available for free next summer and make a.
We know who they are. They're all French, isn't it?
A lot of them.
Not all of them.
There are some good players on a free next summer though. Some very good players.
They're all going Madrid, man.
You wouldn't be surprised.
Madrid are going to do what PSG done this year. And do you know what the issue is? This is why a lot of teams are getting players for free and this free thing is happening, because big teams are realizing that it's absolutely ridiculous to have to pay these dumbass transfer fees. And that's how you reset football. The fees have got so stupid now. Players are actually just running out the contract and teams just get them for free because they're realizing this money is dumb. Like, on the real, I know PSG did it to save face, but let's keep it a buck fifth. 175 million euros for a player with 1 year left on his contract is such good money. I don't even care if you're a billionaire. For PSG to say no, knowing he'll go for free, is really stupid. It is really stupid. And even when you look at the Harry Kane situation, to say no to 150 mil, now in hindsight, which is always a bitch, I know hindsight is a bitch, yeah, but they probably should have done it. I know we're glad because it would have made City too good, but when you really look at it, they should have done it.
Of course they should have. Of course they should have.
They should have done it. They really should have done it.
Look at the state of him right now. Yeah. The state of my man is...
Look at the state of him, you know.
Again, I didn't understand why Man City didn't, because you could have at that time from the rumors, you could have got Laporte, Bernardo Silva, and money for Kane. Fam. Like, if you get Laporte, Bernardo Silva, and money for Harry Kane, your squad improves a lot because you 100%. Can use that money. You could have gone and got a Vlahovic.
Yeah,
not as good as Harry Kane right now, but you add in Bernardo Silva and Laporte, who helps that defense a lot. Bernardo Silva helps with creativity as well as the midfield, and Vlahovic. It's a different.
You know, this is Harry Kane right now to Man City.
Hey, Mama, I love you. P.O.P. all the time. Right, these are good pimp squad, baby, for life.
I haven't seen that in time. Pimp squad, baby, for life. Oh, that is legendary.
That is horrible. That is horrible, bro.
That is legendary.
Listen,
P.O.P., hold it down.
Hold it down.
Oh, Harry Kane right now.
Let us at it. Pimp in distress.
Harry Kane broken, you know.
He's in a bad
way. Kane is busted.
Oh my God.
Ash says Madrid will go big in the summer for the new Bernabeu. They will. Madrid will go big.
This is
I'm still surprised Tottenham didn't do it.
I've actually got hold on, you man. Wait. No. Continue, Carl. I'm gonna get something for you.
Jamrock says it's overpay at any price if your valuations differ. Just chill out for me, Jamrock, what you mean there? Chill out for us, Jamrock. I'm not sure what you mean there.
So my composure is going to be quite hard to get back. So,
I reckon Madrid will go very hard in the summer, though. There's some good players available.
Yeah. Madrid are going to go ham. Like, they're going to be they'll be PSG of next summer.
They could do a Dybala, Kessie, Pogba, and Mbappe.
That's ridiculous.
That's scary.
And then have enough money left to buy Haaland. That's ridiculous.
I didn't need that last bit.
This thing I'm about to...
Just make sure there's no music in it, bro.
Nah. Yeah. No, don't worry. I've got this. Wait. What I'm about to upload is so disrespectful to Harry Kane. But I don't care.
Troy M says almost forgot.
Trying to keep my composure.
Once UK is off the US travel restrictions, I'm finally getting to London. Need 3 copy suggestions. What you got? Nothing super touristy. Oh, well, Liverpool. You got to go to Anfield.
Yeah. Anfield.
You don't want to see
London. What do you want to do in London?
If you want some bants, I'll say. Trying to think.
There's a lot to do in London, to be fair. It depends what you're into.
I tell you what, if you're up at Leicester Square and you like seafood, go to Bubba Gump.
Yes. I've been there before.
It's actually based off of the movie as well. Like, you know, the restaurant that he wanted to open, like they've made it into like a themed restaurant and the food is different. That I think that would be something really cool to do if you're up in London.
Definitely. So quickly
avoid the underground, especially if you're
yeah. For real. Avoid the underground.
The Shard's nice when they're been to the Shard with the missus.
Yeah, Shard's nice.
Very nice, Cal.
I'll be honest, we actually got it as a engagement gift.
Okay. Oh, so whoever gave you that gift loves you.
Yeah, no, my boy Chris got a shout.
That is a nice touch for real. That is a nice touch. Nice.
Jamrock says fellas need to do a show in Miami Beach. Good vibes, Jamrock. Not all of us are making that money.
Man said Miami Beach.
Hey, Jamrock. Last time I was on South Beach, all I heard is pop, 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 pop. So it was a bit mad still. I was up there for Memorial Weekend. Hey, Jamrock, do you know about the best of the best? What year was I there? But yeah, South Beach is vibes. Absolutely beautiful down there. But last time I was there for Memorial Weekend, basically Memorial Weekend, every gangster that lives in America just all go to the strip. And it is ridiculous. Yeah, that's not my type of scene. Ridiculous. I saw a man that henches his pit bull and they're just walking down, everyone just getting out the way, boy. Just like, cool. Like it's one of them vibes. Crazy. But Miami's a vibe still. Miami's a vibe. I enjoyed that very much when I nearly went Miami Ink and got a tattoo. That's how gassed up, man.
Rotted. Just quickly though, to segue back to just in case you forget about Harry Kane. This is Harry Kane against Arsenal.
I didn't kill off with this one. You see, Baba. When you roll it up, I'm all the way.
That's fucking spin, bro.
I knew Matt was gonna have music in the clip, though. You know.
I hope
that ain't some Niger specially copyrighted tune there, bro. The man will come for us differently, bro.
No, I'm not weird. When I saw that, I was like, you know what? we have to take. If we're gonna take the hit on that one, we're gonna take the hit, bro.
Jambo, we learned that lesson the hard way. No, but you know what? To be fair, even though gunshots happened, and then when we got back to the hotel, we heard a couple man died. At the end of the day, the overall trip was wicked. Like, best of the best was the best. That was the year Vibes Cartel couldn't make it, but he live streamed because that was when his court. That's when his court case is pending. And you know how he came in, Cal? Literally, yeah. The screen was blank, yeah. And then all of a sudden, he was just there, and then you just heard, "Can't bud me up," and he just went right up to the screen like that. It was like, it went off. Nah, I'm never gonna lie, that was ridiculous.
Lord Walker says, "Aren't Madrid in the same situation as Barca to afford wages?" You'd think so.
Nah, not if they can offer 170 mil for Mbappe.
Yeah. Although I do think a bit of that was fronted. I'd have liked to have seen if PSG said, "Yeah, we'll take it," what Madrid have actually done still. I don't think they'd have been able to afford it. They were in the mud last summer. I think it was very much I'll show you what I can do if you want to come Mbappe, but just make sure that man reject it now.
I seen everyone reacted to everyone reacted to what I said. I never witnessed the death. I heard about it when I got home.
You said that casual. You did say
kind of like mundane.
In fact, yeah, what was crazy about that day, right, is that I didn't react as quickly as everyone else because it was one of the ones where at first I was unsure what I was hearing, but everyone just knew it was a gunshot straight away. And my brethren turned around to run and headbutted me right under my eye and fully dazed me that I didn't know what was going on for about 15 seconds. And when I realized what was going on, I couldn't find any of my brethren. Like, I was on South Beach, no mobile phones, and I couldn't find my brethren. Like, it was one of the ones that was actually like, what am I actually going to do if I don't solve this riddle? Like, I'm on my own, bleeding. Right. Like, he bucked me. Like, I think I had a concussion. Like, he headbutted me fully in my face, and I was completely unprepared for it. And then when we got back to the hotel, we found out people died. We saw the footage. So, yeah. Right. I don't think it's casual people died. I'm just saying I didn't witness it. We just heard it, you know?
Class says, you mean Ronaldo, Matt? By the way, Balagizi time. Balagizi. That's why I really want to see Balagizi get some minutes.
Balagizi is serious, for real.
Jamrock says, Madrid didn't purchase anyone last year, like nobody. That's very true as well. Well, no, I mean, they got Camavinga, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, they got one signing. Yeah, Camavinga, for real.
MP, you learn to duck and cover if you live here in the US long enough. You just like that Thornton Heath, to be fair. You learn to do that very, very quickly in Croydon. You learn to do that very quickly.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of cool. Eddie said, speaking of concussion, nice segue into the UFC. We might as well talk about Hamanchi running us and talk about that AJ fight now as well.
Yeah, AJ, boy, Usyk put on a clinic, man.
Usyk did what most purists knew he could do.
I'm not gonna lie, AJ was non-existent, bro. Like, he didn't have an answer for my man's footwork, which I think was a step up from AJ's. I've always said that in boxing, a lot of the times as well, if your footwork is elite, because I think his footwork is or at least close to elite, you're always going to cause people problems. And he's a highly skilled boxer. But I'll be honest, I thought AJ would have taken him out, bro. I'm not gonna lie. AJ looking like, I don't want to be disrespectful, but looking kind of robotic, like a bit robotic, fam. I have to be honest.
It's like two old boys having a scrap in the alleyway. Still loads of. Nah, do you know what? As a Diaz fan,
that is actually the perfect way to describe that fight.
Yeah, that fight hurt me, man. He wasn't right going into that fight.
He wasn't right.
But saying weren't right. Jamrock says that was this season. I'm talking last season. Oh yes, you're right. Last summer they didn't buy anyone. That is fact. Mr. Dare say it. Drew says, imagine if Madrid offered us 15 mil plus Hazard for Trent. I'd say buy. No way.
Yeah, I'd say go on your business.
No.
You know what AJ thought? I
Must have.
personally believe that AJ thought that after about round 5 or 6, Usyk would have slowed down dramatically and he'd be able to pick him off and knock him out. And I think even he couldn't believe that Usyk was still going right till the end. That's what I think.
After watching it back and hearing AJ's press conference, he was saying that I think it was the 9th round, his eye, he couldn't see anything out of his eye from the 9th to the end of the fight, innit?
Oh, I didn't say that bit. Fair.
But here's the wickedest thing. If you really deep it, in the 4th and the 5th round, if AJ had put his foot on the accelerator a little bit more, he probably could have got him out of there. Because there was a moment when he'd adjusted and he actually had Usyk kind of shook. And I think if he'd have believed in himself more, he could have got it out of there. And I think once we went into the 6th and the 7th and Usyk realized he'd got past what AJ had done and then he readjusted, he then took back over. So in that moment, I think AJ could have got the job done with the power and the size advantage. But what I will say about AJ more than anything is I think that Ruiz loss has actually affected him more than we realized. And I think it's made him trigger shy now. I think he's kind of scared to go into a firefight now.
I think he's just trying to box more rather than rely on that. Because you gas out quicker if all you go for is the Hail Mary.
It's heavy, just heavy hands.
But you can't outbox a cruiserweight who's known for that. That was a weird strategy.
No, bro, I'm gonna be real. You
can. You just can't outbox Usyk.
I was gonna say, but that's if you have that. If you have that, if that makes sense. So, but for me, AJ doesn't have that. Because if you look at AJ, in my opinion, is very kind of good at everything, but I don't think he's special at anything. So you see Usyk here, for me, his footwork is a matters. Like his footwork is different. And when you've got amazing footwork like that, you can dance around a man. Because here's the thing, AJ's good. It's not like AJ, it's like a class above. No, it's just that when you're fighting a man who's lighter on his feet and you're playing to his game plan, you're trying to outbox man, it's not going to happen for you. He was better off trying to bombard man, and dare I say it, taking more of a gamble and gassing out and trying to throw heavier hands because he's the heavier hitter, he's the heavyweight. Whereas if you're he would have done it. Let's just keeping it real. If he went with that same tactic against, say, like Fury, he would have lost the same way, exactly the same way. Because you have to play to your strengths. Your strengths are you are heavy-handed. And your fundamentals are very, very good. But when it comes to being a specialist at something, that's not really AJ. And that's not a bad thing. But, bro, stick to your guns. And for me, he didn't do that, in my opinion.
Yeah. AJ's a top-quality fighter, but I just think there's a couple men around that are just better than him. And you just got to accept it.
For me, it's only Fury and Usyk.
No. Yeah. After watching the Usyk fight,
don't say Wilder.
No. After watching the Usyk fight and the what do you call it fight, the thingy fight, the Ruiz fight, I truly believe he'd be too gun shy to beat Wilder. I think Wilder would knock him out.
Bro, what is this obsession?
No, I do. Bro. I think Wilder would knock him out because what I've noticed from those two fights, and again, this is no disrespect. Joshua is a top fighter, he is, but I know for a fact as soon as Wilder touches him, he's done. Like, he's not weak, and I wouldn't say he's got a glass chin, but he can't take a punch. And in the heavyweight division, that Usyk is strong, don't get me wrong, but the way he was rocking AJ a lot during that fight,
that's accumulation.
If Wilder touches him, it is done.
But here's the thing, though.
Wilder gets touched, Wilder's done. Because Wilder
can take a punch. Wilder can take a punch. No, Wilder can take a punch, bro. Don't. You can't look at the punch at the back of the head.
No, Wilder can take a
back of the head.
Yeah, the first knockdown from Fury was at the back of the head, bro. It was blatantly the back of the head.
Oh, allow it, Drift, man.
No, man, it was at the back of the head. He got outclassed. He got outclassed, but the first knockdown was at the back of the head, man. It was. I don't care.
Side of the
head. No, it was the back of the head, man.
I feel Wilder could take a punch, kind of just like Joshua, but at the same time.
But I've seen Wilder get rocked by lesser opponents than Joshua.
I was gonna say, I don't feel
Wilder's stepped in with Ortiz and took his hardest bang twice.
And how old?
I was gonna say that.
Point. Ortiz still hits harder than most, Cal.
What does he hit harder than Ruiz?
Yeah, I think he does.
No, I'm gonna be real though. If Fury can knock you, if Fury can stop, and Fury got pillow for hands. If Fury can stop you, no.
I think that's a misconception. I think the way he boxes makes him look like he's got soft hands. Tyson can punch.
He's not heavy-handed.
Tyson
He's
can
Not
punch.
heavy-handed.
No, the
Tyson-
way he boxes.
It don't matter about the way he boxes.
The way
He's not
he
a heavy
boxes,
hitter,
he's
bro.
light on his feet,
Bro.
but he deliberately gained weight to improve his power and
Because
went
he-
into that fight to be heavy-handed.
Bro, I'm
No,
gonna
man,
be
that
real.
ain't-
He just
Oh, look.
walked Wilder down because he knew Wilder has no boxing skill to fight.
Exactly. It's got his fundamentals. Drift, let's be real. His fundamentals.
Yeah, but you have to be Fury to do that. AJ couldn't walk Wilder down.
Says who? Why not?
AJ ain't got the skill set to walk Wilder
Bro, I'm gonna
down.
be real. I'm gonna be real.
Fury
AJ has.
is an elite boxer. Fury can
Yeah,
do
of
that.
course.
AJ
has
cannot
more
walk down
AJ has
Wilder.
more fundamentals than Wilder.
There's
I'm gonna be
absolutely
real.
no way AJ's walking down
Wilder's just
Wilder.
why
I'm telling you
can't-
that
why
for a
not?
fact.
Why not?
With a
Because he
standard
don't
jab.
right now. I don't even think AJ's got enough about him in terms of his own confidence and just overall belief in himself to walk him down.
Bruv,
But
Arthur-
he just don't
Arthur
have the skill
Spilker.
set and the footwork to do it, bro.
Arthur
You have to be
Spilker-
light on your feet to walk down Wilder.
No,
Yeah.
you don't, bro.
Yes, you do, because when Wilder swings at you, bro, you have to be able to get out of the way. So if
Bro,
AJ
Arthur
walks him down,
Spilker-
how's he getting out of the way if Wilder
Arthur Spilker
returns
was
fire?
walking Wilder down. Arthur Spilker was walking Wilder down. He's
Ah,
basic.
man, Wilder was having fun with Spilker, man.
No, he wasn't, Drift, because he was.
But he
losing the
was
fight
having
up until-
fun with Spilker, man.
No, he wasn't, Drift.
He just didn't want him to leave the fight on a stretcher, and the inevitable still happened. That was he didn't want him to, and he was counter punching in that fight on purpose.
Listen. Just to end
He
this
was
here,
counter punching on purpose, bro.
guys,
Yes,
we're
bro.
getting carried away, man. We're getting carried away. All I'll say is
Drift,
this:
this bias
we're
for
getting
Wilder's
carried
too
away,
much.
people. We're getting carried away. Drift
He's
is
one of the
Wilder.
most. He's
We
one
know
of the
this.
deadest boxers I've seen in such a long time.
Skill wise,
No.
he's just a one-hit merchant. He's
No,
a
technically
one-bang
he's
merchant.
improving, though. He is
No,
improving.
technically he's.
If-
Now I'm gonna be real.
With what
Technically
evidence
he's
have you
so
got to say
standard.
he's improving?
He's improving. You'll
What
see
evidence,
anyway.
Drift? What? Because
You'll
he's hitting
see.
pads
You'll
different.
see.
Wait, no,
you'll see.
Drift is sold on that bomb squad. Drift is sold on that team.
You will see.
Bruv, if Tyson Fury goes into this fight with the correct mind space, bruv, he packs him in again.
No, I think Wilder will lose the trilogy, but I
Bruv,
think
he'll get
Wilder
packed
knocks
in.
out.
He lost the first fight as well,
But
bruv.
but
You know
I
what?
think
There shouldn't even be a
I think,
trilogy.
what with the 11 count? I think that Wilder knocks out AJ.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but I still don't think he beats AJ.
No, listen, this is why we love boxing, right? Let's be honest. What we really need to do right here, if Wilder loses the trilogy, we need Fury Usyk for the unified title fight, and
Fury
then
beats
we need,
Usyk.
and then we need a playoff Wilder Joshua
Yeah,
to
of
see who
course.
gets a shot back
Of
at
course.
one of the champions,
But
whoever it is.
technically, Dillian White should be getting a shot in between that as well.
Yeah.
But-
He
I'm
got
not gonna lie.
robbed
Maybe
again, man.
Dillian
He'll get
does
robbed.
deserve.
You'll
Yeah,
get robbed
you know
again.
what? The way AJ's career has gone in a trajectory and the way he seems a bit trigger shy, I'd even be shook for him against Dillian, if I'm being honest with you. Now, this new Dillian, I'd be worried
I still
for
think he
AJ.
beats Dillian. I love Dillian. Dillian's my guy, but I'd still go. I think AJ would win.
Mate, I'd be a lot more worried for him than I was in the first fight, that's for sure.
Fair enough. Sadiq says that's an example of what Tyson would have done, except Tyson would have got a knockout. He got outboxed, plain and simple. He didn't stamp his authority. That I agree with. I don't know if Tyson stops Joshua.
No, he does. He would have done what Usyk did, but with more authority because he's bigger. I agree with that. He'd have just fully outboxed him.
I think he outboxed
Tyson
AJ.
Fury, I love him or hate him, Tyson Fury is one of the best pure boxers we've ever seen in the heavyweight division.
Ever seen?
One of. His boxing ability is just sensational. The man shouldn't be able to carry his weight the way he does, bro.
Ever seen, Drift?
He shouldn't. Yeah, bro.
When you're saying ever seen, what are we saying here?
I'm talking about skill set.
Ever seen? Are
Yeah,
you putting
bruv.
him top 5 as heavyweights of all time? If you're saying
I'm putting him
ever seen?
top 10.
Who?
Tyson
Who?
Fury, I'd put him in my top 10 skill set heavyweights of all time. I think people sleep on Tyson.
will have
Even I
Skill
used to be
set.
someone who used to doubt
He
him.
said skill set.
His skill set is sensational. For a
Nah,
heavyweight.
it is.
For a
I
heavyweight.
can't lie.
His
I'd have
skill
to
set
think
is
the boxes, but
sensational.
there's an argument. There's an argument. There's an
We'll
argument.
have to agree to disagree.
There's an argument. There's an argument.
We'll have to agree to disagree.
No, that's fair enough. I think his skill set is sensational. For a heavyweight,
Top 10 of all time.
There's an argument. I'll say
Fair
that. There's an
enough.
argument. There's
A
an
couple
argument.
more
There's an
super chats. Guys, I'm American. What does it mean when you say it looks like Cal's been eating bare Morleys? Oh. It looks like I put on weight. It looks
More,
like I
more,
put
more,
on
I think
weight.
he more means Morley's is like your version of like Popeyes.
Yeah.
Popeye's chicken. It's like our chain of chicken. That's like, it's not KFC. It's like the one just below KFC, but a lot of people prefer it like cow over KFC. It's like your version of Popeyes.
Yeah. Ash says, I think AJ overthought it. Heard Dylan White say he would have just put it on Usyk and let his hands go. Props to AJ though. British boxing better placed. It's easy to look. It's easy to say you'll just walk a man down, and bruv, when you've got a boxer in front of you who moves and changes the angles, it's different. It's so different. Like, it's so easy as us to look from the outside and say, well, Joshua should have just held him and leaned on him. But if Usyk don't want you to hold and lean on him, it ain't happening.
I told people he's technically so good.
He's
Usyk, man.
so technically good, it's unreal. Sadiq says, plain and simple, Joshua finally faced the real deal. That I disagree with. Joshua's the only one out of the heavyweights who's actually been fighting top opponents. The others haven't been. The others are
you say that, yeah.
Drift.
No, you say that, but other than Klitschko way past his best, who would you truly put in that category of great boxer that AJ's been in there with?
I never said great. I said he's been fighting the highest caliber out of all the heavyweights.
I mean, he fought the people who had the belts, but were they high caliber though?
Yes, in today's era, yes.
Okay.
Way more than Fury, way more than Wilder. Them two, man, will go to the farm and just pick up cherries. That's what Manchu says, by the way, who is your boxing GOAT?
Evander Holyfield.
For me, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Ali, but I suppose in my lifetime, Tyson.
I mean, if you're talking about who I think the GOAT is, Andre Ward is my GOAT.
You think he's the GOAT?
Yeah, I think he's the GOAT. And that's just from a personal point of view. I'm not going to say he's better than Ali and all that stuff because this is a personal thing, innit? I think Ward is the GOAT, but my favourite boxer of all time is Evander Holyfield.
For me, yeah.
Lifetime for me is Floyd. My current favourite boxer is Crawford.
Oh, Crawford just signed to Sky, you know.
About time.
That means he fights for free, Bob. I love it.
For me, Tyson is different, though. Tyson is different for me.
And by the time his career is done, Canelo will be in there.
Agree. Tainted meat aside.
I knew Cal was gonna have to throw some shade.
I know he was gonna say that.
But you know my thoughts, and if you
I hear that.
If you like come back with a positive test, brother, you can't be in the conversation for me anymore. Old School Tunes 80 says, hi bros, I love all Liverpool players. I have some favorite players. I don't diss any Liverpool players, even Adrian. We all have a bad game / bad result, but we top of the table, we move. Very true.
I like that take.
M's A, Cal, your old kits still fit good, bro. For now. For now. Obviously head back in the other direction where they're a little bit more baggy around the belly, but yeah, they're all good for now.
Well, Jamie Phillips just threw a bombshell in there.
What did he say? I missed that. Scoop said Audley Harrison is that guy.
I said Audley. More like Fraudley.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think Audley was just always chasing the paycheck because I can't believe one man could just get beat up that often.
Harrison,
LFT Sports TV says everyone is judging AJ from this fight. I think it's harsh to judge AJ. Like AJ's done pretty much everything he can. Oh, I've just seen Jamie's. Oh, Jamie. I've just seen your message about Tyson. Tyson's my guy, man. Tyson beat up people for fun. The reason why I don't have Mike as my GOAT, though, if I'm going to be honest, is because obviously he went down inside. He went inside, and when he came out, he didn't put himself back on track.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He's the most talented heavyweight, I think, of all time. But he didn't. It was stuff outside the ring that stopped him really achieving what he should have achieved.
Oh, yeah, most talented. That's for quite a big call.
But we've never
most
seen
ferocious. I don't know about talented.
Of the peekaboo style, of the combination of punches.
Tyson was different.
No. Tyson was
power,
Tyson was
footwork.
cold.
If we're talking about footwork,
do you think Tyson was a better boxer than Holyfield?
Yes.
Yes, he was. Remember, this man
Holyfield just had a no die attitude. And
remember,
Holyfield's skills were.
Remember how short Tyson was as well. He had a no man that had reach over him.
And Tyson wasn't the right Tyson, and Holyfield, his discipline was phenomenal.
Oh, I'm not just talking about when they fought each other. I'm talking about careers and like just general. Holyfield for me was like the most well-rounded of all the boxers. Like I think he had like, you know, if you're talking about defensive, offensive, the hooks, like I don't know. Like, I just think he was the most complete put together. Like he wasn't a specialist at one thing, but he was just the most well-rounded of all the boxers. And I think that was what made him so great.
Eastwood said most talented Tyson and Roy Jones. Roy Jones, goodness me.
Roy Jones Jr. was just different.
He's another one. He went up too many weights and then tried to come back down.
Yeah. And I still can't live with the fact that he lost to fucking my man, the Welsh shoot. That winds me up.
Calzaghe.
Yeah.
Calzaghe was a G, bro.
I hated Calzaghe. That man slapped. He never boxed, man. I hated that guy.
Well, bruv, slap box either way. He's hitting the person more than they.
I can't stand Calzaghe, man. That wound me up differently.
Sadiq says AJ hasn't fought a boxer who is not really purely on power. Usyk has come up a weight and outboxed AJ for 12 rounds, hence proper boxer. Okay, if we're going proper boxer. Again, but Usyk's elite. To say he's a proper not for
that's what I was gonna say.
Elite, like Usyk's the best proper boxer probably in the world that's currently fighting. Maybe Canelo.
Oh, I was gonna say, but I thought he was gonna sleep on Canelo.
No.
I think it's in his weight
Usyk's
class.
in that conversation. Usyk's
no, Usyk, but I still think Canelo's the purest boxer currently. Fighting.
I think so.
I don't. Canelo's footwork is very flat-footed. His movement is phenomenal.
But his footwork's only flat-footed when he needs it to be. Because his head movement is so good. Movement.
No.
If he needs to move the feet, he'll move the feet.
No. But I'm not even saying that to shade Canelo. But that if we're gonna look at someone's weakness, that is Canelo's weakness. Is like his footwork is very flat-footed. His head movement and body movement is absolutely sensational. His punch selection.
That's a good shot, I suppose. That's a good shot.
And his counter punching is on another level. But Usyk has all of that plus the footwork. Lomachenko, again, another one. Teofimo Lopez, Crawford, Spence. Them man, I got to have a conversation as well when it comes to pure boxers. In the heavyweight divisions, apart from Tyson Fury and Usyk, they're probably the only two pure boxers.
I've got an issue with Spence that I'll never be able to get rid of because he done my boy Kel dirty. You know what I'm like.
Yeah. Kel, again, it was blowing up between weights, blowing up between fights.
Yeah, no. He fucked up fighting Triple G. That was where his career went the wrong way.
Eastwood says Calzaghe was protected. He never fought in the US to get that work. Many man would have watched Calzaghe. Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. This whole you got to travel to US to get this work, bro. Them man could have traveled over here as well. I don't buy that whole.
I never rated Calzaghe though, man.
That's fair enough, but the whole notion of you got to go to America before you're called world class. Nah, you man, I got to come over here now, man. Like that's got to stop. There's world class boxers all over the world. Not just America,
yeah.
man.
I hear that.
Geordie T said thoughts on Prince Nazim. Was he overrated? No, but he got lost in his sauce.
Yeah, he believed in his own hype too much, and then I think he got carried away.
He was sick though. Jamrock.
I knew he was going to lose to Barrera though.
Yeah, because he wasn't on it.
No, Barrera was just a different kind of beast. I knew he'd lose that.
What, Nazim?
Yeah, I knew he'd lose that fight.
I knew he was going to lose that. Yeah, he's different. Barrera different, but Nazim, yeah.
Do you remember Barrera Morales?
Oh yeah.
Come on.
I think that might be the best fight I've ever seen in my life.
That fight was serious.
Jamrock says, what's the counter move if teams double up on your fullbacks? One of the midfielders got a cover or one of your attackers got a cover. Dinesh says, Mike Tyson is the goated fighters out. He's goated, knocked fighters out in quick time, just walked and knocked out Don King, distorted Tyson. You go out of the room for minutes, he wins. Very true. But Tyson's got to take, I mean, Tyson's taken blame on himself. You can't blame Don King all the way. Like Tyson out there doing drugs and drinking.
He was doing the most, but I think Don King wasn't the right promoter. Just like how, do you know what it is? Don King was probably the worst, not the worst, but obviously became the worst promoter for him at the time. Whereas Paul Heyman will arguably be the best promoter for Brock Lesnar. It's one of them ones, isn't it? It's like, if you get the right man, you're right. But Tyson, unfortunately, Don King went for him, bro.
Jamrock says, oh no, I've already read. Star Days, and I've got to disagree. Boxing isn't the home of boxing.
It is, Cal. It's just maybe the metric could change now in modern days.
It's not the home of
Madison
boxing.
Square Garden is the mecca of boxing, Cal. It is. We got to be honest.
But that doesn't mean it's the home, though. Just because you fight, because two non-American fighters can go and fight in Madison Square Garden and sell it out.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying you have to be American, but Madison Square Garden is the mecca of boxing, isn't it? Just traditionally, we got to hold on to tradition. It is the mecca. It is
the mecca.
I just don't like the notion that other fighters along in the world can't hold a candle to some American fighters because they're American. I don't get that notion.
No, we can't do that. You know what I mean? I remember when that myth was always floating around about athletics, and then Jamaica just came in and said, all right.
We are gonna run now.
Because remember, and you know what's mad though? Whenever America dominates something, I always sit down and I say to people, especially like with the Jamaica thing in the athletics now, for example, do you know how small that island is? Of course, America should be better. When you look at the resources as a first world country, and then you see how big that country is, or that state is, or that continent is, should I say, and you think about it, you're like, America should be the best at most things because they've got all the facilities and more people, like numbers, ratio. Do you know what I mean? So I mean, technically they are normally the best at most things.
They normally are.
Their ratio is so big. There's so many people with first world privileges to be able to fulfill that potential. Do you get what I mean? So
a lot of athletes also come from poverty as well, Drew.
They do, but all right, if you grow up in India in poverty and you grow up in America in poverty, you still got an advantage being in America with that poverty, even so. Do you get what I mean? There are levels to poverty, even. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I mean? So I'm just saying, there's still more of an advantage for America to always keep producing constantly top level athletes compared to everywhere else. You know what I mean?
Jamrock says, attacking wise, doubling up from attack. So are you saying, I'm lost, Jamrock? Are you talking about doubling up on what's the counter move if you're being doubled up on how do you attack the other team? If that's the case, you just go down.
I guess what Jamrock's saying is if they're doubling up, that means they've left space. One of their players must be obviously pulling away from a position to double up. Therefore, so you've just got to figure out what player is the one who's loading up, and then you exploit whatever position that they've evaded, so to speak, which is why it's risky and why we shouldn't have let them bad us up.
But this is the reason why teams attack us down Trent's side, because Trent goes so high up the pitch. That's part of the game. You got to take the good with the bad. Eastwood said true drift, but new generation is spoiled. All generations nowadays are spoiled, to be honest. The new generations are. Sam Matt's legend says, I don't rate Wilder. He'll never fight outside the US. He has. He fought Audley outside the US. He fought Audley Harrison. I'm not saying, obviously, that's a top quality opponent. But he still fought outside the US. He won't fight any of the big boys, though.
Didn't he go to Germany as well?
Massive fraudly.
I'm sure Wilder fought in Germany. Did he not fight in
Harrison?
He's got more padded. He's got more padded record than you'd find in flipping Dream Shop with beds, bro.
You really don't like Wilder.
I'm just saying how it is, bruv. His record's padded. John Conway says, guys, what do you think of Kate Taylor? Fantastic. Her and Clarissa Shields, different levels.
She's about it. Taylor's about it.
John II, hope you guys are well. Just joined us. So is the Bissouma agreement true? I'm seeing it. Ooh,
you seen it everywhere. Yeah, I hope it's true, bro.
I haven't.
All right. So just to caveat,
Is John the second wide on? Why John say? I'm trying to work out if Why John's changed his name or not. Just let me know if that's you, Why John, just so I know.
Troy M. I talk about Wilder, but I ain't beefing Wilder. Let's get that for straight. Now,
I'll put out there now. Cal said he can take Wilder.
No. I've seen Wilder roll up to gyms and deal with man.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, it is Drift. Good shout. It's Why John. Shout out Why John, man.
Yeah, big up yourself, bro. That was just me using common sense, to be honest.
Eastwood says Wilder isn't it. Fats Cal. I'm going to answer this really quickly before we sign off in a bit.
Listen, Cal said he could take Wilder to this day.
No, I didn't.
To this day.
Deontay, no, I didn't. Ennie says, Callum, if you have a thing against padded records, what's your opinion on Khabib's record? Same. Hence why I don't call him the GOAT. You know this, Drift. I've said this to you. He's not the GOAT for me. He hasn't got enough big names on his not necessarily big names, top quality opponents on his record. He hasn't.
I think he kind of did get towards the end of his career. I think he kind of debunked that.
He was getting there. But if you break down his career, he won the title from, RDA he fought before him and RDA really got to that level. But RDA, I'll give him. He won the title fighting, what's his name again?
Iaquinta.
And
Iaquinta took him to deep waters and he had like a week's notice.
He didn't take him deep waters, bro.
No, he did, bro.
He didn't take him deep waters.
I would say deep waters.
Man, like Iaquinta, you know.
He didn't take him to any waters.
Little bit. He struggled to beat Iaquinta more than he has with most of his opponents, should I say then.
I just think he took his foot off the gas. So he beat Iaquinta. Then he fought Conor. Conor, obviously, you've got to call an elite fighter, even though he might not have been at the time, but he's still an elite fighter.
There must have been someone in between that, isn't it?
No, there wasn't.
Was there no one in between Iaquinta?
No.
Was there not?
No.
Raw.
It was meant to be him versus Ferguson, but Ferguson fought Kevin Lee.
Yeah.
After he beat Conor, he beat Poirier again. I'd call Poirier an elite fighter.
Yeah.
And then he fought Justin Gaethje.
Poirier's elite.
Out of the 29 on his record, he's got four elite fighters. For me, that's not enough. It's just not enough for me.
I hear that.
Phenomenal. Maybe the best of his weight, but not of the whole sport. He cannot be the GOAT of all MMA, in my opinion. Can't be.
Fucking seeing this Trent is out.
Trent is not with the squad. Ian Doyle, Twitter.
Yeah, I just saw it now.
But to be fair, that's what happens when you get rushed.
Troy M says, knockout. I'm setting up that fight. Winner gets to wear the Dewey. Brubby can have the do-rag now if he wants it.
No, he never said it. No one start atting Wilder and getting him all hyped up.
Yeah, I don't need that drama in my life, bro. It would be you see how certain men are called crotch sniffers in MMA. You think, bruv, I would dive in on Wilder's leg quicker than you. I'd start the floor on my back, bruv, just on the back like this, bruv.
All right, let me ask you this, though.
Towards him.
Let me ask you this, yeah. By the way, that was funny that Bullrog's the GOAT. Shout out the Street Fighter, man.
Yeah.
Would you take Wilder in an MMA fight?
As in, would I do it?
Yeah, like would you say there was £1 million on the line and it was in the cage? Would you take it?
No, because in boxing, at least once he knocks me to the ground, it's done. If Wilder mounts me,
no, but your skill set in MMA is way better than Wilder's, though. He don't even have any skill set in MMA.
He doesn't need to have skill sets, bruv. He's a boxer. He's a boxer, bruv. With probably double my reach. I might not be able to get in on his leg, bruv. What, he hits me to the ground and then he's able to jump on me as well? No. There's levels, dude. There's levels, bro. If it was just purely grappling, yeah, maybe I'd give it a go, but not full MMA. Oh, no.
No, full MMA.
If we both started on the ground, then yes, maybe we could do something. But even then, bruv, Wilder's got long limbs, bruv. That could really work against me in jiu-jitsu. and you might not even have to have experience.
Yeah, give him one raw leg kick, bro.
Yeah, it still might not be enough, bro. Eastwood said Wilder's an athlete, ex-college football player. Facts. No, basketball. He's a basketball player.
Wilder's better than people give him credit for, but he's not as good as he thinks he is. That's how our laws explain Wilder.
I agree with the second part.
I think Wilder showed that he does have decent boxing ability in the last few fights that he had. Forget about that he got knocked out by Tyson. In the Ortiz fight, he showed he had a good boxing range.
He lost every single round before he got the knockout.
No, you're thinking about the second fight. I'm talking about the first one. In the first one, he was boxing well. No. In the second one, he wasn't boxing well. In the first one, he boxed well.
Drift, he was losing every single round, bro.
No, not in the first fight, he wasn't. Anyway.
All right. Well, look, people, you've had us for a lot longer than you were meant to this evening. What we're going to ask, as always, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We are going to be back tomorrow evening. Liverpool versus Porto. Live match watch along, so make sure you tune in for that, and we'll be going live straight after the game as well.
Indeed,
Ash says Wilder versus Ngannou, both guys blindfolded. Ngannou.
Of course, Cal will say that anyway.
Ngannou will just take him down, bro. Ngannou has the skill set to take down a Wilder.
Oh, 100%. Of course he does.
Yeah, no, Ngannou's got the hardest human punch recorded. I'm not even letting him punch me for the Sheikh's money. Like, you could give me Sheikh Mansour's money to take a punch from Ngannou, and how do I spend it?
Bro, Ngannou would kill Deontay Wilder. That wouldn't even be close.
Yeah,
in a MMA fight, God forbid, bro, it wouldn't even be close.
Ngannou, who do you think would win in a boxing fight?
Boxing, I'd probably give the edge to Wilder.
Probably Wilder, innit? Wilder, not Ngannou.
Yeah.
I definitely ain't taking a punch from Ngannou for no love, no money.
No
though. That's
way, bro. You'd leave your loved ones with money. That's what happened.
That's it, bro. You know when the whole world took a deep breath was when Ngannou stuffed Stipe's takedown. Everyone went, "Yeah, that's the baddest man on the planet."
I'll never forget.
As soon as he stuffed that takedown,
I just remember DC going, "Oh, we can wrestle now."
He's evolved. He's evolved. It's like
when DC saw that, DC was like,
chamber, fam.
Yeah, DC was like, "I'm gonna stay in retirement. I'm gonna stay in retirement."
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have wanted to watch DC versus Thingy. That would have been like Apollo Creed, where they were like, "No, we gotta end it. Don't you dare!" That would have been one of them ones, bro. No, fun all that.
Troy Hem says Costa Zoo versus Zab Judo's funniest KO of all time. One of them still, although Burbick against Tyson was kind of mad as well.
Yeah, that was when Cedric Entertainer was like, Zab Judo said the most random shit ever, like, "Don't play with matches."
Zab was a G as well. Zab was a G.
Zab was too ghetto to be professional. That's what the problem is.
But people, thank you so much for watching. Until tomorrow evening, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish. We're out, people. Take care.
Peace,
people.